TRA Nation, like always. It's your boy, the ESP of the DMV, the Chocolate City Saint, the Beijing Bulldozer, the Cameroonian Nightmare, the Potter of all worlds, the left hand of destruction. You feel me? El Mysterio Negro. As Vaughn likes to say, Steph Freakman Rollins. It's your boys, the TRV, the Top Row Boys, episode 36, and we here. We here, baby. We here. We are the nation of domination. I don't know. I might be Farouk. I might be Farouk in this bitch. So let me pass it off. Where I want to go with? Hey yo, D-Lo, OG, where we at? Where we going? How you
D-Lo.
feeling?
You talking to me?
Not
No, I'm
talking
talking
to
to
me.
Vaughn.
Oh,
Yeah, TRB Nation was good with y'all, man. Just on here. Hey, good weekend wrestling. We got a full house tonight. Voltron's in form. What do we want to call it? I'm excited, man. But it's been
Come
a while since the
on.
full house, so I'm excited, man. So,
We got
like I
a
said, don't keep
full
rambling,
house.
man. Let's get to it. Reek, what's up with you?
hey man. Listen, it's your host of the most, your man with the plan, Mr. Reek Brown. I'm in the building. You feel me? Missed last week, but you know what I'm saying. Like I'm cool. I'm chilling. I'm happy to be here. A lot of time, life comes up a lot of times, y'all. So sorry for my sporadic disappearances from time to time. I'm trying to maintain. You feel me? But happy to be here. Now, my Oracle. How are you, brother? What's going on,
Hello, hello. What's up, y'all? So, hating my job as usual.
man?
This week, though, is Spring Break edition because for some reason my job has Spring Break happening at the end of February, early March, from like every other school in the nation. So it's not
Hmm.
it's not that bad this week, but we still hate it here as usual. But I said chat up with you boys. It's been a hot minute for all four of us
Eh,
to come together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. All right,
I'm
man.
glad.
So let's start.
The
Oh, go
gang's all
ahead. So,
here.
the gang is all here. All right, man. Let's just, hey, in the words of Trick Williams, let's talk about it. Let's go all the way back to last week on SmackDown, man. Before the Elimination Chamber starts, we got to talk about some of the biggest things that happened on SmackDown. First off, no Yeet Man. No Yeet Man. My boy Jay got taken out. My boy Jay got done grimy. So, because everyone was excited to see Jay at the chamber, right? Everyone was excited to see him yeet on top of the pod, right?
Oh man.
Get
Darn
that
it!
get that shit
I'm
out of here.
I'm I'm furious. Darn it, man. Shit.
Uh, but no, man,
Dang nabbit.
my boy got taken out. There's so many mystery storylines running in the WWE right now. At this point, what's the point of me even asking who y'all think did it? It might not even be resolved until like Lord knows when. But does anyone have any predictions? Does anyone have any thoughts on who they think did it?
Like they're okay. So obviously, early signs leads to division, but obviously, in my opinion, that's too easy. So
Mhm.
I don't think they'll go the easy end game here. It could be. I I don't know why they would do this again. It could have possibly been Jay for some reason, shape, or form. Hell, it could have been LA Knight for some reason, shape, or form. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Now I'm more so just like upset about the replacement more than anything, but we'll get to that. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
um, I'll just say Jimmy to it might be fine. I'm just gonna say it was Jimmy. I don't know. I couldn't tell you though. I don't
I'm not
know.
gonna lie. I still think that the plan for the Usos, if it's not going to be attack defense, I think the plan for them is to go ahead and do Uso versus Uso again. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was Jimmy that took him out.
I don't know. I feel like this one just goes in the void. Like he wants to act like it didn't happen. Like I feel like they're not gonna bring it up again.
Honestly, like
Like I feel like it just happened for the sake of trying to get Jay out of chambers. I feel like it's gonna be just we never knew who did it. He got attacked, but it's just I feel like they probably wouldn't even bring it up no more. Probably after the
Mhm.
last Friday. So
it's
I
so
think
sad
they
because it's so sad because you're probably correct. Like, oh my god.
just so yeah. We never know. We'll never know who did it
Continuity doesn't matter.
at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a clear indication that like Boston needed to lose that match.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
so like this definitely just feels like how can we get the more division into the chamber? Which again, like we said, we're going to talk about it later. But I do think if they, I kind of agree with Vaughn. If they do touch on it, great. I think it's more from the vision, but although I'm showing you the vision happening right now, I think it's probably Jay. If they touch upon it, if they don't, which would most likely happen, okay. Well, Jay got attacked by a ghost, so
Yeah.
Jay got
or
Basically,
attacked by Casper.
you can say it's the meme and it was Rikishi who did it for the block.
Well,
Mm.
he got cursed by Dawson Island. Whatever.
I did,
We'll never
I did
know.
it for the Rock.
He got cursed by Danhausen. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
Danhausen.
funny.
Like we'll never know.
We gonna talk about Danhausen in a bit, but hey man, say man, I don't know if y'all after we recorded last Friday, if y'all were anywhere in the vicinity of my house around Reek, what was the match? Maybe around like 9:30, like 10,
Something
10
like that.
o'clock, something like that last Friday. Just
Mhm.
know you would have heard me make screams of joy that you wouldn't have heard other than my wedding night. But
Hey,
um
Okay,
freaky.
big man. Okay, big man.
Freak man, yeah, that's you.
anyway, Reek, can you please give the folks some context since you have that lovely, lovely picture behind you?
Man, so oh my gosh. So honestly, so when Smiley was going on, I was at the gym. So I wasn't paying full attention to everything all at one time. But I was able to catch this. Now, I've been the way that Lash Legend has been presented since being on TV has been amazing. Now, obviously, when it comes to certain people coming up from NXT and things like that, you kind of worry about their position on the card or where they're going to be placed at, things like that. But I was like, I can see them putting the titles on Nia and Lash Legend. But I was like, are they going to? You know what I'm saying? Because you got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, obviously the two biggest women stars you guys have. But man, God, what a moment that shit was. When Lash and Nia won the tag team titles, bro, I audibly popped when I was in the gym. It,
Yep.
it it was so fucking cool. I'm so happy for Lash. Like, you know, just been like literally like since she been on the main roster in that starting from that battle royal, how she did in the Royal Rumble and so on and so forth. Like she's right where she needs to be. She's right where she deserves to be. You feel me? So I'm like I'm like obviously like me and Steph would say like obviously we wish it could have been with Mara Sade at some point, you know, whatever. But
Yeah.
They were
I'm still
teasing it since 2024,
I'm
dog.
still happy that Lash Legend won her first championship, and I it was great. So I can't even, like that was one of the best booking decisions of the year so far.
Absolutely. I would like to point out I called this shit way, 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 way back. I I think I called this shit like maybe when we were making. I think maybe the earliest time I did it was like right before the Rumble. I said that they were gonna take the titles off of them. But either way, very excited for Nia and Lashley. Also, crazy match, like legitimate
Mhm.
barn burner.
Yeah.
Yes, legit banger for no reason.
Yeah, it was hooping. It was hooping.
And also, if we are to talk about the reign of Rio for a little bit, only 53 days as champ. And look at how
Mhm.
many amazing matches they had. Because this was a rematch between the two, between the Irresistible Forces and them. So two solid matches between the two of them. Then
Mhm.
Rio had, of course, their feud with the Allies of Convenience or whatever they want to call themselves, Charlotte and Alexa. And then of course, I think they even faced off against the Kabuki Warriors, had a little feud with them. So to be able to
I'm
do
checking.
all of that,
I'm checking the wing.
yeah, please do. But I think to be able to do all of that within 53 days is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
go ahead, bro.
I'm saying my thing. Hopefully, they don't like give the titles to them and it falls off. Because I feel like since Rio and Io not having the title, I feel like they're gonna like not give as much TLC as they've been giving it because your two biggest stars don't have the titles anymore. Kind of like how when who had it when Bianca and Jade and those girls had it. Like once they lost it kind of like wasn't shown on TV as much. So I hope they give it
Yeah,
still the good, 10, 11K it deserves just because, I don't get top stars anymore. So I just hope they, keep progressing with it.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
it needs to follow in the same way that like they've been doing with Alexa and Charlotte
Yeah.
and again the Rio Ray, where it seems like you really are putting like some real love and care behind the women's tag team division. Which, by the
Yeah.
way, it's our first episode of March. Happy Women's History Month, y'all.
whoop.
And I women, love y'all. Love y'all.
Leia, Leia, Leia.
No, what I was gonna say was like I think like when you put a team like Rio and give them the tag team titles, right? These obviously two of the biggest single stars you have in your women's division.
Yeah.
But I think this is how you do title reigns where like big stars that really compete for like the top titles, but they come down to the kind of the mid card level and kind of establish time. That's how you do it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you bit like even though you might win, eh, you know, you might win some matches or your reign might be short, you're still elevating the title, you're elevating who you're wrestling. So I think that it was a perfectly, even though it was a short reign, it was a perfectly well done reign. So I think, and I'm with Vaughn. Whereas I hope they continue to keep it prominently featured because you do have women's tag teams available, obviously, to compete for these. Naya and Lash are great together, so you know what I'm saying. You can still have banger matches and still prominently feature these tag team titles. And I think that was and I feel like that should have been the point of Rhea and Io being tag champions in the first place to elevate those titles to make them mean something more. But obviously, sometimes that doesn't happen that way because obviously, like the first champions were Bailey and Sasha Banks. I don't know how much bigger you could have gotten at the time, and you
for
know,
real.
and as soon as they lost them hoes, it was kind of like, oh shit.
In the void.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Now Kabuki Warriors got them Jones, raised them back up. They lost it. It was like, oh, okay, they exist. So I'm like, I need consistency here. Like
yeah.
the tag titles have not had a lot of consistency. Like they have high
Matt,
highs, but there are way more lows than highs.
absolutely. Mad randomly, do you know how much I would kill for Katana and I mean, for Kane and Katana to be in this tag division right now?
It would have been a perfect time. It would have been a perfect time for him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been a
So
perfect
I
time for him.
so I just put it up. So they won the belts in on February 27th of this year.
Mhm.
No, I lied. That was they won the belts January 5th of this year. And they beat the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And since then they had four title defenses. Rio, they had defending against the Judgment Day. Then
I forgot
defending
about that.
against
Wow.
Yeah.
then they defending against Julia and Karen James.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then they defending against the Irreducible
Mhm.
Forces, and they lost it to the Irreducible Forces.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Okay.
Still solid as fuck. Still
Yeah.
solid as fuck.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
all five of those matches were bangers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, three of those matches came within a month of each other.
Oh, they were
Mm.
like going back to back. They were working.
Actually, scratch that. Four of them became pretty much within a month because the fifth, then they had like a 3 week break. Then they
Yeah.
defended the 24th the following week on SmackDown on the 6th. Then the
Mm.
following week on the 13th, and then they had a week break due to the Elimination Chamber quarterfinals, and then they just lost them that week. So like they were
Mm.
like defending like essentially every week for the most part.
Hey man, they were consistency.
Shout out to them
That's how you hoop.
Yeah, like
for real.
even though the win was short, they were good champions.
No, props to them, and of course, congrats to the Irresistible Forces, our new women's tag team champions. Man,
Yeah,
man, hey, hey,
you know
Lord knows
this
I
is
was rooting.
this is kind of end of my WrestleMania plans for the belts, where they just have like this big ass women's ladder match for the titles. But
I still think you can
it,
have a six-pack challenge with.
I think the path is still clear. I just think it was a bump in the road. You can say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because obviously we're not seeing Rhea. There are different plans for Rhea and Io,
Hmm.
evidently for Mania, but I still think a six-pack challenge for the women's tag title is kind of the play.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I can see,
or any kind of like multi-team match for like a it could be a fatal four way or some shit. Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see, You obviously know that the Bellas are going to be there because they staked their claim like a month and a half ago,
Yeah.
and then we haven't
See, and
seen them since.
I already forgot about that too. Oh my gosh, like, dude.
Yeah, so we
Fine, I don't
got
mind. Putting the belts on.
If
yeah,
they
so
put, oh my, I swear, if they put the belts on them, oh my lord.
we could have the Irresistible Forces, the Bellas, the Kabuki Warriors, if those plans don't get deviated. We could potentially see Bailey and Lyra
Hmm.
involved in some way, shape, or form. Um,
You still got Charlotte and Alexa sitting there too.
Yeah, technically
yeah,
right now we do.
If you want to, if you
and
still want to,
also and also you still got the Judgment Day ladies if Liv is going to be busy with Stephanie, Roxanne, and oh wait, sorry, no, Roxanne is on injury.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe not the Judgment Day ladies, but yeah. We get you still got a lot of teams to go for, so you could still have a multi-ladder match. You know how crazy it would be if you didn't put the TLC match that happened the night before Mania on Mania, but you put this. Oh my God, that would be so. It'd be so funny to me.
Yeah. Whew.
Um. Anyway, we talked about the mystery of the Jey Uso storyline, and so after Jey Uso got attacked, Jacob Fatu came to Nick Aldis and was like, "Hey man, let me take a Uso spot." Fatu said, I mean, Nick Aldis said, we'll talk about it. Then Logan said, let me take his spot. They said, we'll talk about it. Then he said, hey, I'm just gonna put the two of them against each other, call it a day. And
Uh,
before before we get into the match, can we
so
talk
I
about
can't even.
the
I'm sorry, I can't even. Uh,
go ahead, big dog.
I
ISO.
can't even pretend to not be irritated because I don't want to jump too far ahead, but like Jesus,
It's all right. It was a long night for all of us.
I don't know what dirt Logan Paul has on Triple H. And let me be very candid when I say this.
Mhm.
Those people that are like, oh, Logan's just a great heel, da 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 da.
Yeah, she's a D-bag.
That's not heel heat. No one likes him. People want him to go away. I don't and I'm
Mhm.
and I don't want to hear you people saying him. He's such a great performer. Shut up. I don't
Mhm.
care. I don't care that he does flippy shit every now and then. I couldn't care less. I don't care, bro. I don't want to see Logan Paul in everything. I don't need to see him every single week. I am tired of Logan Paul. I don't want to see Logan Paul ever again. I'm sick of it. And that's it. That's
Uh, Now I am far from a Logan Paul defender of any stance, but I will say this. I The fact that he now has a full-time contract, as much as that annoys me because I didn't want him on my screen to begin with, at least it shows a little bit of validity behind his intentions. That's the only thing I'll say.
I guess, bro. Like I can respect that part of it. Like him actually, that I can respect. But I don't like that man. I'm sick of him. I don't like him.
You can respect his dedication to the company, but you don't have to respect him.
100%.
Absolutely. That's completely
Because
what I said.
I understand how much wrestling. I understand for the most part how much wrestling takes to be good and consistent and in shape every single week. I understand that takes a lot. So the dedication and everything to the craft, I respect it. But it's just God, he's so unlikable, bro. Like he makes me sick to my stomach, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
Um Also, do you oh yeah, real quick before I forgot. We need to talk about that awkward segment between Jacob and Sammy from last
Oh
Friday.
God, Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah, Rick, you missed it. We called Sammy a baby back then.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, can you blame us?
look. Here's my thing about Sami Zayn, right?
Uh,
He's been in the same place since leaving the bloodline, quite literally. Granted, yes, there was a tag team title reign in there, there was an intercontinental title reign in there was a US title reign in there. Good. But this whole thing with him trying to become world champion. It's been the
Mhm.
same song and dance for like 3 or 4 years. And at a certain point, you got to do something different with him. I don't mind him being in the world title picture at all. I still want him to
Mhm.
be champion one day. That's not the
Same.
problem. It's just the same whiny underdog bullshit that it has been. I just he can be a good heel. We've seen him be a good heel. He can turn him heel. It'll be good. It'll be fine. Like just try something different with this guy. I just it almost feels it almost feels like it almost feels intrusive when he's on my TV screen.
Mhm.
Like I just no disrespect. I love Sami Zayn. No disrespect, but jeez, it gets to a point, dude. It really gets to a point.
Yeah, no, it's all just a matter of the story that they're giving him. And I completely agree with you. You can be able to critique the story without disrespecting the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I think if you turn him heel, I feel like that's a role he could thrive in. You feel me? And like he could honestly be like a full on chicken shit heel and be champion for a couple of months, and I'd be like, okay, cool, sweet,
Yeah.
knock it out, you know. So I mean, like just if you're going to keep on having him in the mix in some way or form, make it worth it. Is
He's
my
a new
But
thing.
my thing,
he's a new Drew.
mm,
Basically, pretty
yeah,
much.
that's a good way to break it down. But no, my big thing about the segment was just like, so he walks up to Jacob. He says, "Jacob, you see what happens to Jay? How's he doing? It ain't good, Oos. It ain't good. You." Then he starts pointing the fingers at Jacob. Once Jacob starts
Was it?
getting a little,
Wait, 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 wait. Y'all think Sammy did that shit?
I wouldn't be
And
Huh?
it,
surprised.
it didn't cross
Y'all
my
think Sammy
mind.
did that shit?
It didn't cross my mind.
Oh,
Make it work.
Like,
It wouldn't either.
oh,
there's enough history there where I can see them going there. I'm not saying it is or it ain't.
I mean,
I'm just
shit.
saying
Jay
like,
was
Yeah.
the one that didn't. Jay was the one that didn't want him in the bloodline first.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying like, if you want to turn Sammy heel, that's a way.
Yeah.
That's the way.
That's the way.
That's history, and
Because
that'd be a good story.
because it could be a thing where it's like, hey, who attacked Jay? Hey, Sammy, it was you, Oos. Easy. Boom.
yeah.
Heel turn.
It'd be a good swap too. Like no one would respect it.
Yeah, I feel like
You know,
that would be awesome.
the crazy thing is, that's one of those storylines that you can do because, mind you, Jay's obviously in a whole other show. He doesn't need to be there for it. You can have him take out a whole bunch of other mid carders, like kind of
Like
similar
it's
to.
such an easy thing to book, bro. It's so easy.
Yeah, I would kind of book it similar to what they did either last year or 2 years ago. I think this was like when I first started getting back into wrestling like consistently, and someone took out Apollo Crews and the Street Profits all in the month of February, mind you.
Mm.
Um,
It
yeah,
was. That's crazy.
and I can't remember who else. I can't remember who else got taken out during that time period, but there were like three people that were
Mm.
taken out. And my we never got the reveal of who it was. I think someone in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we ever got the reveal. Apollo Crews just ended up showing up on our TV again a couple months later, like, oh, hi.
Oh, he's alive.
Um,
Like,
exactly. But no, let's talk about the match because there's only been two people to pin Jacob Fatu since he has joined the WWE. Solo Sikoa, which storyline reasons made sense. They were in a legitimate feud.
Yep.
Logan Paul. Here's the thing. So here's the thing, right? It's the pinning part. Like I don't mind a win. It's the pinning part that kills me. It is the pinning part. Listen, I, everyone knows I'm all for protecting characters and protecting finishers. I think I think there are certain finishers that needs to be a little bit more protected. There are some people who are a little too protected. But Jacob was one of those people where his protection it makes. But Jacob is very much geared to be in that main event title picture, and I very much see him being in that fatal four way for the WWE title. Obviously, if things don't get screwed over on Friday, which we'll talk about in a little bit. However, with that being said, you have now elevated Logan to a completely different level, and you did that by circumstance, not out of plan, because obviously this wasn't planned because the person who was supposed to be in the chamber was Bronson Reed. So you have now elevated Logan Paul to a complete. He could have taken a pin. Like he could have taken the pin. Like Logan could have taken the pin, and then actually I was about to say Austin Theory jumps Jacob. Excuse me, Austin
Yeah,
Theory jumps Jacob Fatu, and that doesn't make sense
I
either.
ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie,
Drew
bro.
McIntyre.
I
You
ain't
could have
gonna
made it
hold you.
work. You had Drew Mc. You had. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm saying like I'm gonna be so for real. Austin Theory right now is basically just a cuck.
yeah.
No, like he's bro. It's so pathetic, bro. He's like, yeah, Logan, yeah, bro, get him, like
He's a
brother.
groupie. He's a groupie.
Like I just okay. I understand. Austin Theory was Vince's guy and not Triple H's guy. I get that, but you brought him back just to be pathetic.
no.
Like
That's not my thing. That's not the thing with Austin Theory. The thing is that he was geared to be pushed as a babyface. He was getting all the momentum and naturally
that
over with the
too.
crowd.
Yeah.
And that they brought him back as a heel.
Like I just don't understand what we're doing.
Well,
Like
I think part of it is like I think part of it is due to the like division's injuries, like this the course of the division.
yes,
Because I think after Elimination Chamber, with how that happened, I think I honestly think that Austin Theory was meant to be like Steph's like which sorry,
Yeah.
spoiler alert.
Yeah. But no. You thought that Theory was meant to be Seth's man. I got
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
like I think like what they were pointing to before Braun Baker got hurt, before Boston Lee got hurt. I think all directions were pointing towards that, but they have to pivot for right now due to the injuries.
yep.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not mad.
I understand that. It's just like
It always happens to Austin though.
it's literally like they're throwing shit on the wall to see if it sticks.
Yes, I
Honestly.
agree.
And
Yeah.
I get that you have to do that. I just feel like Austin Theory deserves a bit better than that.
No, I agree.
Yeah. I agree too.
Like that's really
And
where
the
it
thing
all
is
comes
that
down to.
Austin Theory always falls on the short end of the stick, dog. Like he's because let's be so for real. He's talented. He's just always misrepresented. And it's the same thing that whenever Reek and I have talks off camera about this, and I think we talked about it a little bit in our group chat. Daniel Garcia, very similar way. Very talented. Just always misrepresented and mispresented. So
Hmm.
think about Austin Theory's career. Yes, he was Vince's boy. Got a win over John Cena. Defended the US title in the Elimination Chamber match. Um, dude, and if you were to really look at his best work is being a part of a comedy act with the wedding. Like,
Yep.
let's really think about the trajectory of Austin Theory. That was the most receptive he's ever been, but yet for some reason they've always booked him to be the complete opposite. Even when he won the tag titles with Waller, which by the way, we have never gotten an actual conclusion to that story. And I will
No,
always say
Hmm.
that. I will
unfortunately,
always
we
say
never
that.
were.
I will always say that because I specifically bought tickets to last year's Vengeance Day. So that way I could see the conclusion to that story for myself.
And they proceeded to just not do anything.
At
Yeah.
all.
Like,
To,
okay.
to Steph's point though, not only did ultimately beat John Cena, if you remember correctly, he beat him at WrestleMania 39, night
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
That US
So
title match.
like,
Yep.
yeah,
Beat him kind of like, and beat him definitively too. It wasn't like,
mhm.
it honestly didn't, like, if you look back at, like, thinking about the match, looking back at it, like, it felt like Austin Theory just like kind of dominated the match because the
Yeah,
match wasn't that long
Yeah,
either.
it was
Yeah,
short.
I
it
mean,
was
there
like a
was a
10
little
minute match, if
blow.
that.
There was a little blow,
Of
but
course.
it wasn't needed. It was to protect John Cena.
Yeah. Like Cena was not the one getting offense in there really, aside from of course the five moves of doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh,
man. Speaking of Theory and former Elimination Chamber winners, should we get into the actual Elimination Chamber? I feel like we may. Yeah. All right. So of course we start
Unfortunately,
off with the. I feel like we. Yo, Reek, you're killing me. Anyway,
sorry, bro.
um,
I gotta let them know,
well,
man.
nah, it's fine. I fuck with it. I miss this energy. I miss the four horsemen being back. You feel me? Nah, actually, fuck it. We the nation of domination. And we sticking with it, and you're Mark Henry.
Fair.
Um, we start off with the Women's Elimination Chamber. It was Tiffany Stratton, Kiana James, Rhea Ripley, Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, and Alexa Bliss. Correct me if I'm missing anyone.
That
But
sounds right.
I don't know. I think got them all.
Did you get what's Julia's Keanu
Oh,
I
James?
said
Kiana James
Kiana.
in there,
I
yeah.
said Kiana.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, you covered all bases. Yep.
Which, by the way, if we're gonna start with Kiana James, love to see a black woman get the spotlight. Shout out Kiana James. Um, Also, hooping again, like seriously, like she's been put in these spots and actually has been working her ass off for it. And it seems like Kiana is genuinely getting the run that they initially had planned for her when she first got drafted in like 2024, but then she got
Hmm.
on injury like right after her first appearance on Raw, I think. Like
Which makes sense.
it seems like they're finally making those plans happen for her, even though it was a little bit shaky there when we first saw her get paired with Julia, we were like, all right, so what's the long term here?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But no, really, really dope spots. And honestly, if I were to pick a match of the night, this is my match of the night. That women's elimination chamber match. I think that was probably the best one. Raquel,
My
Raquel, Raquel,
MVP,
Raquel.
my MVP for that match is Raquel. She was looking great.
Hmm.
Bro, no,
Like,
like, oh, sorry.
you go.
I was gonna say like the way, si- literally since the shit about what Kevin Nash said about her came out, literally since that moment, she has gotten better every single week. Literally, character work's better, promos better, her look is better, her match work is better. Like she has been consistently improving over the last few
Hmm.
months, and
Hey
it really
man, the one
and like Saturday was another encapsulation of that. Like her being in the world title picture is right where she needs to be. And I
absolutely.
do think at some point she will win. Honestly, I can see her winning the world title as quickly as this year. Now, obviously, now that depends on what happens at WrestleMania. Because I feel like if Liv wins at WrestleMania, I feel like Raquel's gonna be the one to take the title off her at some point.
Yeah.
I feel like they might run with that a couple more months, and then boom. I could be wrong, but either way, Raquel's been going crazy. So my fault. Go ahead, Vaughn.
I say, I'm saying, just like I said the other one to say, just that moment, she's been like off the charts for real. Like even like I said in the match, like the crazy spots with tackling Kiana through the capsule,
Hmm.
the
Dude,
double
that was
pin was
insane.
the double pin was crazy. So it's just
Hooking.
Insane.
like I'm glad that they're basically seeing the work she's putting in and rewarding her for the work she's putting in big moments like this in Chamber. Because like I said, moments like this encapsulate, her momentum and like this like shows that, one day, hopefully sooner than later, she should be, having a big strap on Raw for the women. So shout out to Raquel, man.
Also, her character work has improved immensely. Like, let's talk about it, dude. Like, she really is fully embracing the big mommy sexy, the big mommy cool persona, dog. Like, hey, I was watching the video because they always do the footage of like, what really goes on inside the pods, blah 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 blah. I was watching that, and Raquel was easily the most charismatic one during that match because she's like, hey, kid, yeah, I see you waving at me. You're waving because you like some big mommy sexy. I see you. I be dying laughing, dog. And I think Reek is right. I think that if Liv wins, Raquel has to be the one to take it off her.
Yeah, so
I still think they're the path to whole getting into the match itself.
Hey, I want to hear it because I was
Oh,
saying
I
this.
mean,
I was saying the same thing too. Go ahead.
I've been saying this since we got on the road to WrestleMania, if not before,
mhm.
that we kind of they were going to mix it up and it's going to be some. It's going to happen. Maybe it's not
mhm.
the Judgment Day team truth I was thinking about, but
Yeah.
I've been saying there's going to be a triple threat for that women's title. It wouldn't be us at all if Raquel gets added to that match because like she's been on fire. Out of the women, honestly, she's probably the dominant woman in 2026. To be completely
Yeah.
honest, like
Probably.
she probably should have won the belt specifically with Kale on during like the Nikki rivalry era.
Yeah, that Philly
But
street fight.
like,
Dog, and I was
yeah,
saying it. I'm like, bro, just it is the perfect time to do it. Just do it.
yes,
And I
Mhm.
because
and I will
like,
say too, like I I feel like she would have to be in this match because like how else is she going to be featured in WrestleMania otherwise? Because
yes.
leaving her off the card would be fucking insane.
Well,
Yeah.
they also been well, we know how WWE loves to do the teasers for betrayals. How
Yep.
fucking long it take for them to take the fucking trigger, like we were talking about
Mhm.
later. But I mean, they've been teasing him for the last couple of months. Even like as they bring him to the Elimination Chamber, they've been teasing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like okay, like you have to put her in. If not, she's not gonna be on the card. So they don't do the women's battle royal anymore. I don't think they. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna put in the IC title picture to
Yeah, I don't
to,
see
to
that.
go.
Even though they did talk about it on Monday, but I don't really see that being a thing.
No,
I think if anyone from the Judgment Day challenges for the IC title, it should be Roxanne.
yes,
Yeah,
but
I
like,
agree.
but right now, I think like even though it's the current title holder, like I think she's bigger than the IC title. She deserves to be in the world title picture.
Hmm.
I'm with you.
Um, I think. Oh, I was gonna say real quick since we're talking about Raquel. Hey, Kevin Nash, this is the one time your comments have worked recently.
Uh,
Anything else? Just be quiet. Just
yeah,
be quiet personally.
some two Bojangles. That anyway,
Like just
getting hot again. Think about that.
I
Shut
mean,
your
just
I mean, does anybody think it's funny that like he after the comments she pretty much took his character and made it better.
like
Like it's like F you, I'm gonna do what you did with Shawn Michaels, but I'm gonna just do it better.
pretty much.
it's working, man. It's
Yeah,
working.
essentially.
Yeah, but
Um,
another MVP, Tiff.
I was about to bring up Tiff. She
Tiff.
was bumping her ass off, dude.
Tiff was
yeah.
doing
She
everything,
was
man.
getting her ass beat, bro. She was no, like I'll give her a lot of credit. She was taking that shit, dog.
She did.
Man, like,
Didn't she take like a nasty like face bump at some point in that and
yeah,
get like a
Yeah, she
bloody
was
nose?
leaking.
the electric chair, she
Yes, that's what it was.
face first into the
Yeah.
mat. Yeah.
Yeah. I was sitting there with Steph watching it, and as soon as that happened, I was like, oh shit! Like
Yeah,
I
no.
popped for that one.
Yeah, we did us looked at each other. We were like, oh shit. I did not know she was gonna be hooping like this. Mind you, we all know that Tiffany can wrestle, but it was just like, oh damn, shit. All right.
In her
Um,
bag.
yeah. Um, yeah, I gotta give respect where respect. Tiffany was doing the thing. There was like and I think she took like well obviously there's not an apron because it's all in the chain, but she took a pretty damn close bump right on the chainmail. I was like, oh that no, I'm off that. You got that. Also, if you want to talk
Yeah.
someone who's taking insane bumps, Rhea took a bump off the top rope, fell straight on her head. I said, ha 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 ha. We might not have a WrestleMania main event. I said,
Yeah, I don't know. I just love when like the women go out there and put lead out there and like take the bigger spots and like the most extreme spots and the men like because at one point
yeah,
Raquel was legit throwing everybody into the fence like just You get thrown to the fence. You get thrown to the fence. Then the top rope spot with that, the tackle through the hard. It was crazy. So yeah, like
It
I said,
was.
easy my match of the night, and like all the women did really really well. Um, yeah, it was a sick match, man.
Yeah, and
But
then of
the
course, we ended up with Rhea being the winner. And how do we feel about Rhea versus Jade at Mania?
The
honestly,
biggest match.
honestly, at first I was like, about it, but apparently there's like real beef between them, according to social media.
Oh God,
Oh,
yeah.
you've
uh,
So
been you've been
like
seeing the Twitter mess.
this is about to be like like this might be the closest version we'll get to Biggie's big meat on meat.
mm,
Like these two of them is like two of the most dominant women in the division, and they hate each other. Like it seems like Seth versus Punk hate. So it's like they might just throw hands to throw hands. So like this could be a dangerous and fun match, but a dangerous match.
The only thing I'll say is that the last time saw real beef get injected into WrestleMania was last year, and it gave us the worst match on that card.
yeah, one of them. Yeah,
So I would like to. I think you could defend it. Actually, no, you can't say definitively the worst with Charlotte Flair is involved, but it was
it was
definitely
one
one
of
of the
them.
worst. And also gave us the most awkward build on the road to Mania.
Yeah,
0-3
So,
on the 0-3 on divorces is crazy.
yo, that is still one of the crazy, like, out of all the wrestling moments I've watched alive, that still has to be one of the craziest.
that
I've
was a
seen
bar.
John Cena, I've seen John Cena tap out, and that's one of the things that, like, I was looking at my TV and I was like, what the fuck are we
Like when I
doing?
heard Tiff say that, I was like, oh shit. Like
Crazy. So
listen, because listen, I don't like Charlotte as far as like a thrower, but I was like, Jesus, that's kind of
brutal.
yikes. That's harsh. That's brutal. But like
And
going
the
back
thing,
to I was like going back to
no,
Rhea and
go
Jade though,
ahead.
like I don't I think it's probably the safest option you can go. Because I do feel like the long term plan was for Bianca to be back and Bianca and Jade to be a thing. I'm pretty sure that was the
Hmm.
plan. But obviously Bianca just now got surgery like a month ago. So, you know. Anyway. But like I said, I do think it's the safest match you can get. Like I think Rhea is the perfect person to be able to take a match with Jade and actually make something great out of it. Because I know like Jade is still kind of green in a lot of areas or whatever, but I do think it was really the best possible outcome. I don't think anyone wanted to see Tiffany and Jade again anytime soon. Um, so I think Rhea was definitely the best decision you could have possibly made in the situation. And I do think they can end up having a good match. I do hope that it doesn't get too personal to the point of, real fighting and all that good shit, whatever. But I
Yeah.
mean, it was literally your best option. It like
Yeah,
literally by far your best option.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of with y'all because I'm not gonna lie. I'm especially on the side of please, let's keep all the personal shit out of it. Like, I really don't like save that for Unreal and the people who watch Unreal. I personally don't care as long as the graphs are good and the story works. So,
mm,
while I admit this is giving a little bit more vitriol and it's making me a little bit more intrigued on the build, absolutely. But not in the sense of, oh, I want to see how this drama plays out, but in the sense of, oh, I want to see how this makes each of them step up their promo work. That's
mm.
where my mind is kind of coming from. I
Although I
don't
ain't gonna lie,
care. Go ahead.
promo battles might get a little
Crazy.
Yeah,
it might go there. I can't lie. I can hear a whole bunch of bitches being thrown.
yeah.
I can I can see that. So I mean,
We might get to a Punk and Reigns level from this with
it,
this.
like
Oh
if
yeah,
the beef is really that real and they're not able to really resolve it, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
and so my thing is like we gotta like where am I coming from with this? Oh yeah. I want to see how it makes each of them step up their game. That's what I really want to see. Because let's be honest, Rhea is from maybe the start of her, for maybe like aside from like maybe like the first year of her career. So as long as she's done with WWE, she has been Mrs. WrestleMania. This is her seventh like big money match in a
which is
row
crazy. That's
for
crazy.
WrestleMania. And I also kind of see her in a Shawn Michaels, Seth Rollins type sense where she can get a good match at anyone. Like Reed said, this is the safest and also the most, hey, we're going to move tickets and also produce the best match possible type of match that could have been given the fact that they had to pivot and divert and all this stuff. So as far as the build is concerned, keep keep it to the story. Because if I hear one of y'all say, and that's why you talk to creative, or someone say, and that's why you're not loved in the locker room, that's when I'm like, all right, okay,
And I do think
okay,
you get two possibly really good outcomes from this. So let's say like the match is really good. Let's just say hypothetically the match is good, no matter what. Match is somehow
Yeah.
really good. If Jade wins, you build a star instant. Especially if the match is good,
Yeah.
she stamps. That's all you need. But also, if Rhea wins, SmackDown needs the injection of life.
Yeah.
Great, you establish the women's division.
absolutely.
You further establish the women's division on SmackDown. So either way, no matter how it turns out, as long as the match is good, you have a good outcome regardless.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So as long as they keep it together, I think it's a win-win situation.
for real. Um, do we want to, speaking of the women's division, let's talk about Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. Uh, Vaughn, go ahead and tee us up for this one, man.
All right. We're in Chicago. We're in AJ. I hate to keep saying that, but AJ Lee's hometown. He's from Jersey.
Adopted
And she's
hometown.
literally from New Jersey. Like, oh,
Adopted adopted
please,
hometown.
that was blowing because like when they kept bringing it up, I'm like she's gonna win because of that. But
like, please.
yeah, but I mean it was good grabs. It was a nice feel good moment with AJ Lee getting that single opportunity and she hadn't have a single match like 10 years she said something like that. And then
Yeah, since 2015.
for it to be for a title match against Becky, who was my MVP last year, and honestly one of my favorite women wrestlers right now with the character work and the things she's doing. Um, it was a good match. You had good storytelling within the match. You had shenanigans with Jessica Curl, which I'm loving that she's a part of their story as a referee, which is kind of crazy.
Oh yeah,
So the fact to get her involved with that was pretty dope. Was I a fan of who won? No, not really being a Becky fanboy. But it makes sense because she's in her hometown. So she'll get the advantage in the win, especially with Punt winning. And we'll get to that a little bit, I'm in Chicago too. But fun match. Didn't agree with the ending because she kicked out of getting DDT on top of a chair. Then she got hit with the manhandle slam, kicked out.
yeah.
But like Super AJ for a little bit. But once again, it's me being biased. But it was a great match. And it was definitely probably like my second favorite match, probably. Like the women definitely did that thing in Chicago for Chamber. It just has me curious on what's next. Then we got like the qualifying match, which we'll get to for Raw, but I want to know how does Becky insert herself back into like is she going back for the mid card title? Are they going to finally send her back to the main event scene, which I think could be cool. I'm just curious on what's next for Becky and what's next for AJ, after the fallout. So, because I do think we still get them for Mania. So I'm just curious on how we get that full circle moment back to Mania though. But overall, good match. Me personally was a fan of the winner, the whole hometown thing. But I mean, it's AJ Lee returning at so it is what it is. It was a good match. I liked it.
I think the future for Becky and AJ is all dependent on the contenders match because if the contenders match goes with no shenanigans, nothing, or let's say EO wins the contenders match next week, right? And
Mm.
then the next week, because it does look like AJ is going to be showing up regularly, at least that's up until Mania. Now let's say AJ tries to have the match against EO literally the next week. Becky will interrupt that match. That will end up leading to a last woman standing or some sort of stipulation at Mania, just to finally have a definitive like shit. We might get a hell of a cell at Mania between the two of them at this point. I don't know. Like just some sort of definitive like bookend on their feud. And honestly, I wanted to say have Becky win it at Mania, but honestly, I might be leaning more on the side of have AJ win and have her drop to someone younger and have Becky. go back up to the main event world heavyweight title, women's world heavyweight title scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I just had a thought. Um, if they decide not to do the tag team, the ladder match for the women's tag titles, what if they do like a women's IC title ladder match with like those two and maybe like EFI, depending on what on the path they choose to do. Like
Yeah.
the IC title is known for it used to be known for a for ladder matches at Mania. You think like Shawn Michaels, kind of Nash, or no Scott Hall.
Yeah, Scott
Eh,
Hall. Scott Hall.
No, I'm sorry.
Uh,
I just saw that the lead writer for Monday Night Raw is a woman now, which is great.
Hey, nice.
Shout out to Miss Alex Williams,
Shout
uh,
out, shout out, shout out.
yes, Miss
vice
Williams.
vice president slash lead writer of Monday Night Raw now. Greatness. And also, if
Oh
no one
yeah,
else heard, Road Dogg is no longer with WWE. So hey.
like yeah.
Shout out, shout out, shout
Anyways,
out. And
continue. Sorry, I just
normal
wanted to point that out. I thought that was cool, so I just wanted to let people know.
no, we love the breaking news developments. All
Oh
right.
man.
Serious, what were we saying about projected IC title
Yeah.
IC
Oh,
ladder match?
I was thinking like I mean I mean I saw something today that's like this is supposed to be the biggest WrestleMania card ever. So it's like they're trying to get as many women as possible on the. I feel like they're going to get as many people on the card, and if they have to do a ladder match at some point. Like
Yeah,
I think if they don't do it for the women's tag titles, I think it'd be cool to see them do it for the women's IC title because the men's IC title wasn't in history in a lot of matches. I mean, it was defending the full star ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Scott Hall.
Mhm.
Like you can just put I mean, the IC title and the ladder match just goes hand in hand with each other.
that's true.
So
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of cool if they kind of revisit that, you know, and include even if they don't include other women besides AJ and Becky, it'd be a cool thing to see, you know. But I do think we see maybe more time with title, title as well.
Yeah. It's gotta be something.
That's
So
fair. That's fair. Um, I don't. Yeah, no. Does anyone else have any thoughts on the Becky Lynch AJ Lee feud storyline at this point, or just the overall match? Anything else that they wanted to say? Shout out to Jessica Carr for being such a pivotal point in this like story for
I
us.
swear. He's
yeah.
definitely been like one of the MVPs of this shit. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told stuff to jokingly, but like I was like, imagine if we get Becky Lynch versus Jessica Carr match at Mania.
I was gonna say that because apparently she wrestles in Evolve wearing a mask. Like I saw someone on Twitter, and she wrestles
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
Evolve wearing.
her character is Calyx, I believe.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, it could work.
I wouldn't be upset. I just think it'd be hilarious. It'd be
Yeah.
on it.
Dude, I'd laugh so hard, dog.
Like just
So
occur one
so
day,
hard.
she gets fed up and hit Becky with a finisher in the middle of the
Mhm.
match.
That
Um,
that shit would just be so funny to me. But let's talk about Punk versus Finn Balor real quick for the World Heavyweight Championship. Dude, that entrance, that entrance.
Hmm.
Hey,
that's
if
up
you're
there for
in
me.
Chicago and you're a Jordan fan, come on, man. Like Reek,
That was next level
Vaughn,
shit.
y'all are more y'all are more basketball guys than me, but even me, I was like, dude, this is insane. Plus the fact that they got the OG voice to do it too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that was it. Like I said, I popped. Soon as the music hit, I popped. So I mean,
Mm,
like I
Yeah,
said,
I do too.
this is funny because like we knew Punk was losing anyway, but like coming out like that, I mean, it's like yeah, it's a fucking conclusion that Finn's gonna get pinned. We getting pinned Balor again. So, um,
yeah.
but like I said, I mean, to keep it brief, it was a nice showing. Like I said, it was surprisingly a better match than I thought it was going to be. I'm not gonna lie, I went with low expectations just because I don't know. I just felt like it was
Good
gonna be
match.
short. Yeah, I looked like short just because Punk was gonna win. I'm glad they actually gave us something to work with and something to like enjoy and digest. even though it was predictable. So
Yeah, we got like a
um,
cool 20 out of it.
yeah, so like I'm just glad that it was better than I thought it was going to be. 'Cause I definitely thought it was going to be just like quick in and out. Finn loses or something that sets up towards Finn and Dom in the match. But yeah, like no, it was cool. It was a good match. So I'm just ready now to get this thing going with Seth and not Seth. I'm sorry, Roman and Punk. For Mania. So and I can still talk about that. You'll see the Raw, but overall, definitely a great match. And I'm excited to see what's next. For Punk, and then. Quick question though, what do you guys think is next for Finn? Actually, I'll hold that to me to Raw. Actually,
Yeah, I was about to say, let's hold
yeah,
that till we get some.
yeah, I'll do the Raw. Yeah,
I think honestly, we all know where Finn's going now.
Yeah, it's very clear
yeah,
we know where Finn's going.
yeah. I'll put Prince in. I'll hold it. I'll hold it.
Um, all right, so this is one of the more, let's say, mixed reactions of the night. So we finally figured out what was in the crate, right? And I've never, in my since coming back to wrestling, I've never seen such funny mixed reactions. I've seen mixed reactions for a lot of shit in wrestling, but I've never seen such funny mixed reactions other than the reveal of Danhausen. Because what it wasn't a Chris Jericho, it wasn't a David Finley, it wasn't any of these guys that everyone was assuming. I saw someone say that it might have been Evil from New Japan. I think I even brought it up on here a couple of weeks ago.
Sinister.
Yeah, and so it wasn't any of them, but it was of course Danhausen, and that was very, very, and that was very, very funny to me because I don't know, man. Like honestly, even though I expected Danhausen, like I knew he was gonna come. I literally even said to Sears like 2 hours before we started watching. I was like, oh, dude, it's Danhausen in the box. Um, I think the presentation that they did kind of screwed him from jump, but I think this will also motivate him to do better character work than what even like because Chicago, in terms of wrestling, it's a smarter and more tapped in market. Like there's such a history of wrestling in Chicago. So they're more tapped into the underground and things like that. So even folks who like know the nitty gritty and know Danhausen, he's now forced to do more character work because he's on the biggest stage of them all. And I think it's like even though they set him up horribly, horribly with that anticipation, like they could have had him come out on the Monday Night Raw or something like that
Yeah,
instead of doing all this. But I think it just motivates him to do better. Although I will say, shout out to my homie David, who literally as soon as Danhausen came out, I got a text on my phone, and all I heard was, "Who is this guy?" That was the funniest part of that whole reveal because I was like, "I'm gonna have to explain who Danhausen is to a crap ton of people tonight."
yeah. I did research. I didn't know he was either. So the box, I'm like, who's this guy? I didn't know he was honestly either. So I was just like, I don't know. I guess to me, not knowing who he was, the build up kind of had me anticipated for more, and then for the
Yeah.
build to be so big, and it's I guess somebody that I didn't know. I guess it kind of like fell flat for me too as well. Not saying that like I said he can't do good stuff because like I said once we get to Raw we'll talk about it, and like he kind of has me intrigued already. But yeah, just for this massive build up for it to be Danhausen kind of fell flat for me personally.
Yeah, definitely felt flat for me too. Sears, what did you think?
Those won't hide because there's also the same company that loves to do like ads, like ads like these segments. Like yeah, I know like the golden egg and the missing WWE title belt that Snoop Dogg had, the golden belt.
Mhm.
So
Oh
it's
yeah.
like my mindset was like this could be anything. Like this could be a 20 character, this could be a debuting character, this can be an ad for a movie for all we know. So it's like
It could have been another Slim Jim table.
yeah, like it could have
Papa
been Jay
John's
Uso.
ad.
It could have been Jay Uso eating. Like it could have been anybody. It could have even been a boat. But like I personally like Danhausen. I think I love people. You guys know me. I love a good story, but I also love funny wrestlers. And Danhausen that's funny. However, I don't know how he fits in WWE. And I'm afraid of how he's going to be used in WWE. So like I mean,
Brother,
so
that is my
far.
biggest contention. He's making it work so far, but that is my biggest contention. I don't know where he fits in the modern landscape of WWE. But yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I mean, all good. As we saw Monday, as we'll get to in a second. If he's been doing stuff like that the whole time, I think it'd be pretty good. But Monday was just stupid. But it was a good guy stupid. So I'm not upset about it.
Reek, what did you think?
Oh, there's nothing for me to think. I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, it was one of the cases of the worst kept secret in wrestling.
Also,
I know, because I remember when the box first came in thing, I was like, it's not going to be Jericho, it's not going to be Evil, it's not going to be
Mhm.
and then obviously I saw that there was interest with Danhausen, and I also knew that it wasn't going to be David Finlay or anything. I'm like, why would they do? Why is this the way they would do that? Right?
Yeah.
The reaction he got, I didn't expect anything different. I'm like, no, they don't know who this man. They don't know who he is, and how you got. So, and the thing that here's the thing that bothers me about the whole thing. He's already been on TV, right? Royce Keys has not been on TV.
he has only been in dark matches, and that is
You
what's annoying
and
me.
also you refused to offer David Finlay a main roster deal, but you gave Danhausen a main roster deal.
Yeah, that's wild. I didn't even
Like,
think about
like
that.
this is the issue that I have with WWE and signings. I don't know, and I think William Regal is the one in charge of that shit now. But either way, I I just don't understand why NXT is not what it was anymore. If it was 2018, cool, because you had Adam Cole, Ciampa, Gargano. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you basically had 2006 the 2006 ROH roster, but like that doesn't work now. NXT isn't what it used to be. You're not going to get big free agents and be like, yeah, so we're going to start you with NXT. That shit does not fly anymore. So the fact that you didn't offer David Finlay a main roster contract, but you have Danhausen on TV on Monday Night Raw making demands almost immediately. I just don't understand. Like,
My boy was talking his big one.
I
That's
just,
that. That's how he is, though. That's his character.
I just
I
don't get
don't,
it, bro.
I don't understand him. I agree. He should not be on the main roster.
No, 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 I don't have an issue with this character at all. You know what I mean? It's just WWE's priorities are so fucked up.
Okay, yeah.
I don't understand because you could have put David Finlay on the main roster. He has name
Oh,
value. People
absolutely,
know who he is.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard to do, bro. Granted, now I will say the mainstream WWE audience that you see at Monday Night Raw, SmackDowns, whatever. It is a more casual audience. That's obvious. Like, WWE caters to the casual fan, not the
Hmm.
hardcore fan. So maybe David Finlay may have not have gotten that big of a reaction in comparison to what he got in AEW, which is a fair assessment. But even still, Danhausen, I mean, I guess, bro. That's all I gotta say about it. I guess, bro. I mean,
If I guess look, let's just go right into the men's chamber. Let's wrap up the elimination chamber. So that gave me a couple of I guess moments.
Yeah.
Um, Javon Evans, first of all, was the funniest intro. Up there. Um, Trick Williams again looking like a star. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, first
yeah,
off, that's
yeah.
fire. That's
See, we all,
fire.
we all, listen. I love that we all understood the
Yeah.
assignment.
We're stupid.
Like, we all just understood the assignment. We all knew. See, because
well, well,
I wasn't gonna do it, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
I knew Bob was going to do it, so I had to do it.
I love y'all. But no, yo, God, I love y'all. Anyway, fuck. Okay, so first off, let me just say, if you're an LA Knight fan, like all four of us, please hug your nearest LA Knight fan. It was a sad day.
I'm like myself.
Um,
Golly, man.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Certainly a decision of all time. Hmm.
A
goodness.
crazy way to end February in the WWE. Crazy way.
Uh no,
And
no, 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 no. This going back to Logan Paul. Going back to what I said about Logan Paul. Why in the fuck was he booked to pin half of the fucking field?
I think that was Bronson's spot. They just gave it to him,
I
I think.
understand. No, 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 no.
yeah,
I believe that. I
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
But why in the fuck? Okay, listen. Bronson doing that is believable.
Yeah.
I would not have been upset. It's like that one chamber that had Braun Strowman in it. I understand. I get all that.
Mhm.
But I don't understand that. I understand that was Bronson's spot, but you couldn't switch it up a little bit. You couldn't. I don't understand that.
Mhm.
Like, I can't even begin to even give you the words. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Why was he? Why was like I said, it was literally a swap out, and I get it, but no, bro, no, I hated that. I couldn't stand that. I hated that. It made me sick to my stomach. I couldn't stand it. I hated that. I hated that so bad, man.
What I did love was the beatdown he got at when he ended the match.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
100%. Yes, but
Yeah.
that was
Oh,
beautiful.
by Javon, Javon Raheem and Trick.
It was Javon tripping.
Oh,
Bro,
okay.
the joke is
Okay,
dead.
okay,
The joke
okay.
is dead. It was Javon tripping Cody. Oh my
I'm
God, the
crying.
joke is so dead now. As
Sorry,
soon
my
as he
bad.
said that shit, no, it's fine. It's just as soon as he said that shit on TV, I basically I did the hip hop and dance cover. Just
Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. Like you said, I do think they could have still got that point across with the whole, stomp thing without having Logan be booked as like this giant when he's not. But oh, but yeah, man, this actually all over the place. Like at this point, like what the point are they in a cage for? If people are just gonna get in,
yeah,
like at this point, like it was. It's one of those things where I think they had a bunch of shenanigans for the sake of shenanigans. Um,
because how many people interrupted the match? Drew interrupted the match. Seth interrupted the match. Two of Seth's cronies interrupted the
Yeah.
match.
yeah,
Oh,
it's just
that's a
like
lot.
it's losing the element of you're locked inside and people are just getting in and messing things up. But I mean, but other than that, I mean, I would just say like always. I mean, it was a fun match. It's a lot of shenanigans. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess it I don't know. Like it says the match has a feeling I don't know because I liked it, but also there's some things that I'm like WTF about. So it's just like I don't know.
What did we think of? I'm just trying to knock out all the big moments from
Yeah.
this. What did we think of the Seth return? Other than the fact that it was kind of expected, because again, the worst kept secret in all of wrestling. Like we all knew he was the masked man and type shit.
I
Yeah.
think I think the whole angle has just been muddied up by the injuries. It's hard to be excited about it,
Mhm.
because yeah, Seth getting injured. The first of all, Seth really getting injured. The first like right when the angle was getting hot was just horrible. I figured like with if Braun and Bronson can say health, like if they can say healthy, the whole thing can be resolved by WrestleMania and we will be fine. But
Mhm.
Mhm.
because at this point, what are we going to do? Seth versus Austin Theory and Paul Heyman, or Seth versus Logan Paul? Like what do we? I don't see any intriguing or interesting outcome to this particular story without Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed.
Well, I
So
think I
Yeah.
think I think I saw that Braun Breaker, like the hope now is Braun Breaker coming back in time.
okay, because I wasn't sure how bad his injury was. Because what
Yeah,
was it? It was a sports hernia, right? I forgot what it was. Um,
I think that sounds right.
so now if you guys, because let me say, because WrestleMania is in a month and a half, so I mean, if you guys believe that to be the case, then fine. Because in my mind, I'm like, I don't want Seth in the ring with Logan Paul or Austin Theory. I really don't. I don't want to
Well,
see
we
that.
well
I
we
think
we
that'd be a
really
tag
got
match.
yeah yeah. I mean, we find Steph and LA Knight versus the Vision Wrestlemania,
You could do that. Yeah, that's certainly an option. You could do that.
but like it could it disappoint that is just disappointing because like uh, what should have been like.
Yeah.
But this had potential to be like the world title match. Like
Yeah.
this this match should have been Rollins versus Breakker for the world title.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the
And
fact that
that,
like
bro, and
mhm,
and I feel like that was always the plan from Jump Street.
Yeah.
Like as soon as Seth got that title back, I'm like, yes, this is what we're brewing. This is what we're going to do.
yes.
And like
Hmm.
even after Seth got really hurt and they kicked him out of the group, I was like, Braun should beat CM Punk for sure. They didn't
Yeah.
pull they didn't pull the trigger then. So it's just kind of like we had a clear and obvious end game here. Like it was there. It was set in stone. But then people started dropping like flies. So I mean, I just if Ron Breaker's not going to be healthy in time, I just really do not know what the hell that you guys do. Now, if you do LA and Seth versus Division, then fine. That's a good way to. That's a good save, and you know that can make everyone in the match look good. But God, I do wish everyone could have stayed healthy because I do feel like this storyline would have been pretty damn great if they would have just let it, if they were able to let it ride. But
Hmm.
Yeah. I totally agree with all that. So I guess we'll see how these next my nights go and
man,
until Mania.
I hope and pray, man.
Um, but yeah, so I mean, the winner, Randy. What do you guys thoughts on Randy winning?
I am not unhappy with it.
Hmm.
I'm not
Because I
unhappy.
was like, bro, because I knew I was like, this event is going to be predictable as hell. I was like, Rhea, Punk, AJ, Cody. That's what I thought.
Mhm.
That's like when the right, like that's where my mind was. And I'm so glad that Randy didn't hesitate and just went for it. Like none of that waiting, none of
Yeah.
that hesitating BS. He just straight up went for it. 1, 2, 3. And I'm not opposed to that. Now, unfortunately, what that does mean is Cody is like 99.9% winning the title back on Friday. Like
Uh,
he's almost certainly, it looks like he's almost certainly winning the title back. But I mean, because there's no way Randy wins at Mania, right? I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said, it's one of the things, but I don't know what we get now. Like I
Now
said,
I'm glad that they mixed it up a little bit because it kind of throws my thought process off a little bit, makes me think a bit. But
I'm on the fatal
Here's
four way still. I mean, but
yeah. Here,
Sears talk to me.
we have two paths for
Okay.
this right, and it involves both paths involve multiple storylines. So I think what I want to happen is we get a fatal four way. We get the
Yep.
fatal four that I've been talking about since
forever.
since Drew won the title. But I think Fatu interfered in this match.
That's what I said too.
Fatu would interfere in the match tomorrow night. Contact the people recording on Thursday night. He interferes in the match, which some way somehow sets up, gets the ball rolling towards the fatal four way because they're not going to leave Jay Fatu off the card.
No way.
And I think Fatu wins the title if they get this match.
That
Mm.
would be that would be a great way to go, I
Well,
think.
he should win the title because WWE, who knows what the fuck they're thinking.
Of course, like
or football heel. We finally get the Randy versus Cody match. Maybe with the Cody with heel turn place then. We finally get Homelander Cody. But we also get Drew McIntyre versus Nick Aldis.
Yeah, people are clamoring for that
If
too.
we get Drew versus Nick Aldis, first off, that's not going to be Nick Aldis. That's going to be Magnus.
Magnus.
No, no, it'll be Aldis.
Do you
yeah,
Kind of
know?
Loki,
like
it'll be all this.
name.
Loki, it will be all this. Loki.
Secondly, could you imagine the promo battle between the two of them? Off rip. Um, who's Nick Aldis married to? Is it Trish Stratus or Nikki James?
Nikki.
I think
Mickey
it's
You
James.
Nikki James.
motherfucker.
Nikki.
Rip.
What
Drew is
the
going to do it.
hell?
Yeah,
Off
that
rip.
was
Drew's
crazy.
going to say. Drew's gonna say some shit like, "Oh, I'm gonna take your wife to hardcore country or something like that."
What did you say? You said what?
What about my wife?
Like, no. It's gonna get bad. He gonna put them fucking tights on, put them elbow pads on, wrap them wrists up.
Get that
Look,
Bro,
neck
he going
towel,
get that fucking neck towel, bro.
the jacket.
And the fucking windbreaker.
dude.
He gonna
He
beat
is
bro.
going.
See,
Yo,
another
Reek,
thing about Nick Aldis,
what was
I
his
think Nick
beef with
Aldis can still
Styles?
wrestle. The fact that he's not
Yeah,
wrestling is crazy. I feel like he can still go. So I'm like,
he can
it'll be
definitely still go.
seamless.
When was it? I was gonna say, when was his beef with Styles? That was like 09?
AJ Styles? No, that was like
Yeah, that's
2013, 14 ish.
12,
It
13. So
might have
he
been
gave
like
it.
it's like 12, 13 ish. It was around that time.
Yeah, 'cause
Either
it
way,
was
he's
right
going
after
to
Aces and Ace before he
Because
went to New
in
Japan.
09, he was still with the British invasion and still in the title.
hmm
I got you.
Yeah, he
But
wasn't
no,
a solo
either
star
way,
yet.
he's gonna be giving Drew the hands like he was giving Styles on Impact back in the day, dog.
Of course, of course. But now I do think that'll be a fun way to go though. I hadn't really thought about it that much, but I do think that'll be fun.
really
But
fun.
like,
Or
I
we,
mean, I don't know if you guys watched the
well,
post show, but we did. Well, at least I did.
yeah.
He got physical. They got physical real quick.
Like you son of a bitch. I was like, oh,
Oh,
whoa.
Like, so there is a world where we see Nick Aldis in a WWE ring.
And I look so forward to it too. Because honestly, I thought at some point they might have ran Aldis and Pierce because there was a little beef going on there at one point too. So I
Yeah.
was like, because I'm like, a lot of people just don't know who Adam Pierce is, and it's like, do y'all not know
Yeah.
this is a 5-time NWA champion. He's in the NWA Hall of Fame. Y'all not know who this man is.
Put some respect on his name.
Like he was one of them ones. Like stop playing with him.
crazy work. Crazy work.
We'll see where it goes. We'll see.
We shall see. But I'm gonna say, do you want to do grids and then Raw, or do you want to run through Raw and then hop into grids?
What do you guys? Whatever you guys want to do.
So we got to the grids real quick.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's run.
We got Rick today, so we're gonna finish like in 2 seconds. Rick know everything, so
I'm crying.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so mad that you missed trivia last week, dog. Because you was like, yes,
Rick would clean. Rick would have cleaned house.
Yeah. No,
am I happy because I got the win? But Reek with a
Hey,
dog.
man.
Okay. Steph, you barely got. I don't even think you got half the questions right. Let's calm down now.
I only got
shit.
2. I got 2 right.
I got
Out of 15.
All right,
7 out of.
let's see what we got this week, man.
I was about to say there were
We
15 questions. I got 7.
I'll see you the questions later. But
Yeah.
you can tell me your responses. You know, what, I'll do it now.
All right, let me share my screen real quick, and then we can hop into grids, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching us purely on, if you are listening to us purely on audio, I highly suggest that you head into your DSP of choice and click the video option, or you join us over on the TRB YouTube. Of course, just go ahead and top rope boys on YouTube, and you can definitely see the boys. Because we are about to get into grids. Grids is a daily wrestling challenge featuring a 3x3 grid, where basically we have to fill in players that must complete the the row and column criteria. Wow, can I get through this description? I do it every week. Um,
No.
Anyway, like yo, shut up, serious. Anyway, like always, we are on hard mode.
Hard.
Pause. Pause.
We
But
stay
Freak man.
hard.
Freak man. Freak man.
Freak man. Yeah, that's you.
anyway, let's get into it. For the rows, we have WrestleMania 18 aligned with Rollins and Wrestling Observer Newsletter Best Wrestler of the Year. For columns, we have managed by Paul Heyman, someone who was in All In and WrestleMania and the SmackDown 2005 roster.
Getting spicy.
I'm just gonna go with the obvious here. Let's just go Roman.
Yeah.
CM Punk. Was he ever Wrestler of the Year?
No, he was not.
Wow. Okay. Okay, that was a shot in the dark. Undertaker. Bingo.
Give me Rey Mysterio. No.
See, it's funny
Wait,
because
seriously,
technically Paul Heyman managed Taker at one point, technically speaking.
Mhm.
So anyway,
I mean, you can go throw Dean in there or Mox.
I said Batista, but I think when I said Woodwalk, I think he was on the first ever All-In pod.
Like, no.
Before
Okay.
before the company was created, they had the All-In.
all land in WrestleMania Wrestler of the Year.
But Rey Mysterio.
I think he tried Rey Mysterio.
Ray was at the first All In. No, nothing for Ray.
These motherfuckers.
Chris Jericho.
Cody Rhodes. Oh,
Ooh.
fair.
Yeah.
I'll take a top, and then
I'll go Jericho for 18.
and then Cody should be the bottom, right?
Because Cody definitely won Wrestler of the Year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Managed by Paul Heyman, Wrestler of the Year. It wasn't CM Punk. That's crazy. Did Brock ever win? Did Brock ever win that shit?
I was about to
The
say.
competition.
Nope.
No Brock?
Big Show.
Nope. No Brock.
Big Show.
I'll say for the first square, yeah. Really?
What? No, that's bullshit. I know it's true. This is bullshit.
Okay, the authority, I guess. I reckon.
No, that was like early 2000s.
Big Show and Seth Rollins. What the hell?
Did we try Lesnar?
We did.
We tried Lesnar.
Try Brock. Wrestler of the Year managed by Paul Heyman. I don't.
Did we try Punk?
Yeah.
We did try
CM Punk.
That's right.
I don't.
Dude, you gotta go back, like way back. Like
Yeah, like
yeah,
I'm
we
trying
might
to think,
might have to go way back.
because
Rikishi?
he has managed a lot of people.
yeah.
You said Rikishi?
Uh-huh.
Did you try?
Right, let's
Wait,
try.
did you try? Because let me see. Managed by Heyman. Try RVD. Try that.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I like
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Especially
Okay. Let me look. SmackDown 05 roster, Wrestler of the Year. John Cena.
I was saying, seen it yet?
yeah, we got
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
Boomski. I'm still talking this Paul Heyman one.
Yeah, because who the fuck did that event that Paul Heyman managed, dog?
Because to be fair, Paul Heyman has managed a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
He's a groupie. And passed No, there was some Heyman guys.
Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle.
Kurt was a Paul Heyman guy?
Try Kurt Angle.
Oh. I know
I remember
What
very
a fool.
briefly. It was very briefly in 03. They were aligned with each other. Very briefly there. I remember that. Jesus, I pulled that.
What? They
I
had
had
that
a-
with not Big Show?
I had exactly.
You know what? No.
But Big Show was never Wrestler of the Year, so fair enough. And Big Show wasn't at WrestleMania 18 either. I
I
don't
thought he
think so.
was. No, he was definitely in the company.
But I don't think I don't think he was on the card though.
Okay.
Thinking about
I
it,
guess.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was on that card. So I can.
I guess.
All right, so we got
They pissing me off.
we got RVD, Jericho, Undertaker, Roman Reigns, John Mox, Big Show, Kurt Angle, Cody Rhodes, and John Cena. Guys, this is one hell of a
You know what, guys? This website is starting to piss me off. I'm gonna have to have a beef with this whoever made this website. That's an WrestleMania match right there. Me, whoever created that website talk website.
I'm crying.
Hey man, Ever if whoever created WrestlePlay wants to come on the podcast and chop it up with the boys, come talk to us.
Yeah, 'cause
Hey,
I
come
got some
through,
issues. I
my
feel like
boy.
every week that there's one that some crazy pool and they don't give it to us 'cause it's too crazy apparently.
No, what was the one?
Muddle.
What was the one last? What was the one last week? Because I know that I put in Triple H to save it. I can't remember what the category.
I forgot too, but it was
Many
something
it
random.
was aligned with uh Seth Rollins, I think. So I think we said Randy Orton.
Yeah, yeah,
And they were aligned, but these motherfuckers don't want to nah as a sword.
yeah, serious fucking shit. All right, let's hop into Raw, man. Speaking of Seth Rollins, it actually starts off with some tension between him and the Vision, and we got a really dope Undertaker homage. Sears already on a roll. You want to go ahead and kick things off and give and tell the folks what happened?
Sorry, I'm busy. I'm busy updating the document so I can send it to week.
So basically, the Vision decides to open up the show. They come out there, talk about, oh, it's a travesty what happened. Look at how much of a threat Logan Paul is. Logan Paul would have won the championship if it wasn't for Seth Rollins, blah, 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 blah,
Just
blah.
the glaze, the glaze, the glaze.
And then guess what? All of a sudden, Masked Man comes. Uh, Masked Man comes. Uh, I think Logan chases that Masked Man. Second Masked Man comes. Theory chases that Masked Man. Third Masked Man shows up. We get the close-up shot. Boom. It's Rollins. Rollins gives Heyman the stomp. And then they gotta wheel off Heyman to the fucking ambulance. Because all of a sudden he leaking the shit now off of a curb stomp. And then all of a sudden, as soon as he gets in the ambulance, guess who's driving the ambulance? LA
Yeah,
motherfucking Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who else? Who pops out of a black SUV? Jimmy Uso.
Big Jim.
Jim. And they decide to start beating the brake. First off, LA Knight drives off of Paul Heyman. And then Jimmy Uso starts beating the brakes off of Logan Paul and Austin Theory. So we get that match. It was an match. Wasn't a crazy match, but that
Mhm.
match happened. Um, what do we think about the possibility of them reheating the Seth Logan Paul? Actually, there are two options I think that we can have with the Vision headed into Mania. Do we think we go Usos versus Vision for the World Tag Titles, or do we go Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins and we repeat WrestleMania 39, I believe?
Yeah. 39.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the Usos versus the Vision because I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping and praying that Braun is back in time to where he can save the Vision. Because right now,
Okay.
I mean, it needs saving bad. So I'm hoping that he's back in time. Maybe second cutting a promo, he gets speared to death, and that can set up the Mania match. But yeah, I think we're leaning more towards the Usos and um versus the Vision. I don't know, to me, it makes the most sense because I feel like if you go the route with Logan and Seth, you're leaving Austin out. Like, what does Austin do now? Is he just gonna be a groupie still for Logan coming out to the ring? So, I
Yeah.
think to get both of them involved because, like I said, Austin's a hooper. I think you got to go like the tag route and just have them, in my opinion, win the belts off the Usos to get them some type of like credibility right now because right now they just have
Yeah,
nothing.
you got to make them seem like some sort of threat.
Yeah, so I feel like give the tag match at Mania and they win off the Usos, get them credibility, especially if we get like a return in Braun too to kind of catapult them for the rest of the year. So and they
Mhm.
need something. So I think that.
Yeah,
Um,
I think depending on what the situation is on break, like if he comes back in time for Mania, then they go that route. But they can't. If he can't, they probably go with the Seth Rollins route.
that's fair. Okay. And then of course we talked about this a little bit earlier. AJ Lee came out to celebrate her IC title and said that she wants to be a fighting champion. So I think my biggest thing is who do you want to see her challenge? And it doesn't have to be anyone that we've already talked about in the contenders match because we talked about the Lyra Valkyries, the Ivy Niles, so on and so forth. Who do you want to see her defend against? And
I
we
can't
already
lie.
asked how. Go ahead.
I can't even lie. Like I know she's hurt right now, but depending on the severity of it, I don't think it's anything major. I think AJ and Roxy would have a fantastic matchup.
Yes, it
Oh,
needs. That's my
this
number
three,
one pick.
yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like stylistically, they'd probably have the best matchup you can get low key out of anyone on the roster. Now I'm not saying because I feel like she could have a great match with Lyra. I think I don't know if her and Bailey ever went one on one, so you can go there too. But I think if I had to pick one person, if I had to pick one, I would say Roxy. If I had to pick one,
Mhm. Yeah, I'm somebody young. If I had to pick somebody young, whether you go Roxy, Lyra, I don't know. I feel like I want somebody to get put over. From this whole AJ holding the title. So, anyone young, I don't want it to be EO because I'm clamoring for EO versus Julia for the US women's.
dude. Why I said this shit the other day? I said if I was the one writing WrestleMania for the women, I would have put Io versus Julia for the US title. So thank you. You're validating me. Thank you.
That Joshi like them like some Joshi Japan type wrestling
Bro,
for the title.
give them like 20, 25 minutes, bro. I promise you have match.
Oh my god! So yeah,
Just
I'm
let them
looking
have
forward to watch
just
that.
let them have a Stardom match.
Like something like that. So just someone young and not EO because like I can see a world where EO wins a contender match because it's EO, but I want someone young to get the rub from AJ.
Uh, I think EO is a good choice. I mean, because like EO is the best
It's EO.
wrestler, for sure the best women's wrestler, but arguably the best wrestler in general in WWE, and arguably the best wrestler in the industry. And I
Yeah,
think having like the two AJ was just like a dominant force in her era when she was in her prime. She's not in her prime. When she was first in the company, EO is a dominant force in today's roster. I think that could be a fun match. Also, probably also wants to expand on the TNA partnership at some point and have them go up against main roster talent. And in that case, give me a lot. Formerly known as Cora Jade,
Elena Black.
Elena
Mm-hmm.
Black. There you go. Thank you. I wouldn't be upset about doing that at all.
Elena and Roxy. I'm not gonna that'd be a cool little triple threat.
Mm.
I'm about to say, aren't those like literally like her kids?
Yeah, those are her
Exactly,
daughters.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Also, the Bailey. I mean, I don't think they ever went one on one because I think AJ left as TNA was coming what it was with Bailey, so they never went one on one together.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be upset about
No.
seeing that either.
Yeah.
Also,
No,
I
that'd be
also
a
think
crazy.
maybe one of those strong women like Rhea. Rhea versus AJ. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Also, just for me, plus a plus.
Nah, that's real.
Because
That's real.
we plays our goddess. We plays our goddess.
That's true. For
I ain't lying.
me,
My bad.
Roxy is definitely my number one. That's who I want. That's who I want to see take the belt off of AJ. Um, Secondly, give me Natty. Natty, especially with the Loki Legend character, like she needs the respect. She needs to get the reps that she needs the elevation as far as status and things like that. So I'm with it. But if you want just an automatically built-in story, you can have her feud with Maxine for a little bit. It's not gonna be that interesting because it's a face-face thing. But
Mhm.
think about it. Jay was such a big part of why Maxine got the championship to begin with. So what happens if she has to take on the person who helped her? Which is essentially the same story that they're telling with Maxine and Natty. Now, I'm actually saying it out loud, but you get the point.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little sidebar. Reek ruined AJ Lee promos for me because he said like last week like she's shivering. So now she
Bro,
cuts promos now. That pops in my head now. So Reek ruined AJ Lee promos for me.
am I
Just a
lying?
little
But am I
sidebar.
lying though? Am I
You're not.
lying?
You're not.
She's shivering. She sounds cold.
So it's a little side note. Sorry to go topic, but I think that off real quick.
No, that's fine. That's funny as hell. Let's talk about. We talked about Danhausen. Let's talk about his first appearance on Monday Night Raw. Oh, yeah, you've been cursed.
Because
Um, so first off, he shows up and walks up to Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce is already the most stressed GM of all time. So you add Danhausen to this, and I just feel sad for Adam Pearce. I'm not gonna lie, because he hands him a list of demand housings. So the list of demand housings include a private blimp, a cameraman, a personal cameraman, a Hall of Fame induction this year, and um
Triple H point.
uh
Triple
yeah,
H
yeah,
point
yeah,
picture.
the Triple H picture, yeah, yeah, yeah. One of the points he went, and he said he wants, I think it was something with The Rock. I think he said like The Rock's personal bathroom or something like that.
No, I
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna lie. The Hall of Fame induction had me crying. I was like, bro, please.
That
Hey, we
was
had a
hilarious.
crowd from the jump. He said Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nice cover up.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this guy's funny. So he just off that, I'm intrigued because now I know that he's the comedic funny character. Like just off that, I'm like, okay, now I'm excited to see more of Danhausen.
Yeah, no, for real. And so it was just really, really funny. And then of course, Anna Pierce is trying to just get Danhausen away from him. So he's like, Judgment Day, come meet Danhausen. And it's so funny seeing like Finn, JD, and Dom be like the bullies because if anything, they look more like extras from Freaks and Geeks than like the high school bullies. So I was just like, I'm looking at the three of them, and they're like,
That was such a crazy pull. That was such a crazy pull.
That's jokes.
like, tell me they don't look like tell me they don't look like Franco and them from Freaks and Geeks low key. But it was really,
So
oh my god. Anyway,
Freaks and Geeks is very
Dom
much
just looks disgusted. Hmm?
Freaks and Geeks is very much a deep cut, I will say.
It is a deep cut. One of my favorite. It should have gotten the second season, but that's a story for another time, another podcast. Uh, no, bro, but Danhausen touches the IC title. Dom says that's the closest you'll ever get to touching one of these, and then Danhausen curses Dom Mysterio. At first, I thought they were going to set up a squash match between Danhausen and JD McDonough. That's what I thought that segment was going to be. But then when I saw Dom get cursed, I said, "Oh, I know exactly what's happening," which leads us into our next thing. Reek, do you want to talk about the Penta Dom IC match?
Oh boy. Now I will say, leading up to it, because I keep holding out hope for Finn to get gold. So I was like, yeah,
Same.
maybe Dom retains tonight and Finn gets that off him at WrestleMania. I'm fine with it not happening at this point, but that's where my mind was. But now, obviously, match was good. Now, of course, it gets to a point, but you know that point in like a lot of teams where like someone tries to interfere, other guys like nah. So JD tries to interfere on Dom's behalf. Finn's like, nah. He said he wanted to do it by himself. Fuck that shit. And hey, that's what Dom said. So Finn was like, I'm gonna be a real one. Do what you gotta do. But Panther goes on and then goes on with a plancher, takes out Finn and JD, hits that Mexican destroyer. 1, 2, 3. We have a new Intercontinental champion. Decent matches always between those two. Those two have great chemistry together. But it was a great moment. Like the pop was crazy. Penta, the thing about Penta,
Crazy pop.
he's been in the company for a year. It's crazy because it's only been a year, which is crazy as hell. But
Yeah.
he off rip, he was over. And he's been putting on great matches all year long. He's been doing great work literally the entire time. He's over. He's selling merch, the whole 9 yards. And I think he could be one of the best modern Intercontinental champions we ever had. I do think he has the ability to do so. If obviously if they book him right, all that good stuff. But he's going to carry that very, very well. Because the thing about it is, I think as good as Dom can be, this last run with the title was absolutely empty and meant nothing in the grand scheme of things. Like, Liv came back, he beat John Cena winning back, and literally did nothing since. Granted, I know he was turned for most of it, but it was like, dude. But Penta with that belt, man, it's going to be something special. I can't wait to see what they do with him at WrestleMania, actually. Now, he is a candidate for a multi-man match at WrestleMania for that title.
Absolutely.
Whether it be like
I legit thinking that.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah,
a 7-8 man ladder match maybe would be fucking crazy.
Who would you put in it?
Who would I put in it? Okay. Now, I think that's actually hard. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm like, I would love to have someone like Finn in it, but I would imagine Finn and Dom are going to go one-on-one at WrestleMania. Jeez, that's a great question. I put Rusev. I put Rusev in it. I put Royce Keys in it. If they think he's ready, I put him in it. I wish I could just pull people from SmackDown too. That would make this so much easier. Because there's so many. Honestly, because I don't know whoever they choose to put in. I think you can't really go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can sneak Austin Theory in there.
You can put in Austin Theory. You can put in Tozawa.
Dragon Lee.
Yeah, absolutely need Dragon Lee.
The OG Americano. Well, no, they probably get it. And it's probably Americano at Mania, probably.
Yeah.
Please, matter of fact, yes. Please put Chad Gable in the match.
Yes, to put Chad Gable with double duty here.
Please put Chad Gable in the match.
Like we didn't Gable in that some form.
Because honestly, you can
Kevin
stop
Knight can work double duty. Chad Gable can work double duty. We've seen Chad
Gable is the fucking man. Why not?
Yeah.
Chad Gable's about 3 years overdue for this title any fucking way.
Started.
But that's definitely a good direction you can go. But back to the match and everything. Yeah, so obviously the cracks in the Judgment Day are evident now, especially when you look back at before the match and everything like that. So I mean, Penta's going to be a great champion going forward. This is going to culminate with Finn and Dom at WrestleMania probably. Where that leaves JD McDonough, I don't know, and I don't really care that much.
JD, go to
SmackDown
and be a U.S. champion.
Great match, great ending. You know what I'm saying? Great decision. Shout out to Penta, our new IC champion.
Absolutely. JD McDonough, go to SmackDown and be a U.S. champion. That is the path after. That is the path after the Judgment Day is done.
I agree that it was a great match. WrestleMania wise, I see a potential for a triple threat between Penta, Finn, and Dom. Well, that match is when the betrayal happens.
Mm-hmm.
Or not the betrayal, but like when the breakup actually happens. So, but I don't think that's likely. I think I agree with when it's going to be a multi-man match. But I mean, it really depends on like what they do in the next couple of weeks. I assume there's going to be a rematch between Dom and Penta coming up.
Yeah, something. But overall, it's a good match, and I'm excited to see what Penta does with it. I ain't gonna lie, I do want to talk about this. So who we I guess consider like the nitty gritty. That Gunther versus Dragon Lee match was crazy.
Oops.
Crazy.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Like the hoops on that was crazy, you know, just I don't know, like both guys can hoop, but I didn't think they would go there and be that good of a match. You know, with the close countouts, Gunther's being aggressive and giving Dragon Lee hell outside the ring. You know, Dragon Lee being resilient and getting his get back outside the ring. It was a fun match, and the mask comes off. Like it was a lot of good stuff, and I'm glad that they're giving Gunther something to do because I was kind of curious on like what's Gunther's plan. So if it give us good grabs, I mean that's cool, but I guess I got away from Hunter for a while after he's done beating up old people. So just that match was really good, and my match tonight definitely, and like definitely one of my matches of the week for this past week.
Dude, one of the best decisions that WWE has made in 2026 and even late 2025, if we really want to think about it, was letting Dragon Lee be consistently on Monday Night Raw. That man has not disappointed during his title as tag champion. That man has not disappointed during any of the random singles matches you have put him in. He is a consistent worker, and I'm so happy that he's finally because you can ask anybody on this podcast, you can ask anybody that I talk wrestling with. I've been a Dragon Lee fan down, you feel me?
Mhm.
So now it's nice to finally see him get his shine. Also, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with Triple A. Number one contender to the cruiserweight title. Laredo Kid, be coming for you. Be coming for you.
Feel the fuego. So I mean, shout out to Dragon Lee, man. Shout out to Dragon Lee.
That's a dragon. Should we move on to NXT?
Whoa, in the segment between Pumpkin and Roman.
Oh shoot. Sorry, that wasn't
How
on
about
the
I was like, how you think about that, man?
I'm going dude,
Listen.
I'm reading right off of the docket, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh crap, I forgot.
I would take that one. I would take that one.
Yeah.
When it, peek behind the corner a little bit. Whenever I do the one down, it's typically during a work day, and I typically have students come and interrupt me. It didn't happen
No,
this
man, it's
week,
okay. We appreciate you,
but
bro.
it really just searched up Raw, whatever date results, and I just kind of go down the list. And then I knew that Penta and Dom were like the last match, so I was like, oh, that's it. Let me get back.
Oh,
Let,
No,
let,
that's
let me get
super fair.
let me get back to doing nothing but hating my job.
I'll go, Oracle.
All right,
But
man. We definitely gotta talk. We definitely gotta talk about that last segment. Thank you. Thanks for reminding me. This is why there are four of us. But no. First of all, Roman comes out, gotta throw up the ones, long ass entrance, like always. You know, gotta acknowledge the tribal chief. Um, then he comes out, doesn't even get two words out before getting interrupted by Pepsi Man Phil. Um,
Oh, that man, Pepsi man. Okay.
all right, I'm taking the play out of Danhausen's book. No, Trump comes out, confronts. Not to the degree. You know why we talk about the segment? Said that he was gonna put Roman Reigns with his dead father. I'm sorry, I was gonna do the whole story
Yeah,
time thing,
bro. Can't even lie to you,
but
bro. Because first of all, Roman called that man a bitch. So first of
yeah.
all, that all bets were off from that point. You called that man a bitch. I don't know what Roman expected, bro. But you call someone like CM Punk a bitch? You
You
thought he
finna
would be
tee up.
sweet,
You finna tee up.
man.
no. Not only did he call
That
him a
man,
bitch,
that man
he
Phil
called him a
said, "I'm going to bury you, but it's okay. You're not going to be alone anymore because I'm going to bury you with your father." I was like, "Oh, you said what?" Because here's my thing. I knew it was one of those things where it was like a personal thing. I get all
yeah.
that. I just didn't expect. Okay, now it's so crazy. I can't even say that I didn't expect that from CM Punk because I'm a Jeff Hardy stan. I know all about CM Punk. I know
Yeah.
how low CM Punk goes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
also, I was there for the feud with Taker and Paul Bearer and the urn and the ashes.
Yeah,
I was there for that. So
you were
you
there for
can't
all
hold
of
you
27.
can't hold anything past CM Punk. To be fair, but I was just like, holy shit, wow, okay.
I'm
But
loving it.
it is funny because I let Roman couldn't even respond, like he was left speechless, and so I'm just like, the aftermath of that. I'm like, as the weeks go by, one, how often is Roman going to show up to work? That's first of all. Second of
Apparently,
all,
semi-consistently, he dropped in dates. Apparently, he's gonna show up semi-consistently. I think he's showing up like there's 7 weeks left. I think he's showing up at least four of them.
okay, so I'm like, every other week isn't bad. That's solid, but I I wonder what that next confrontation is going to be like after
Oh,
that
I
because
can't
that
wait.
because
Oh, I can't wait.
that was heavy. That was like
That confrontation, that's not gonna be words. That's gonna be straight hands.
yeah, that was deep.
At some point, dude, like I know y'all been seeing the memes. Roman got to dig up Larry. Roman got to bring up Larry.
You gotta bring
Got to
up
bring up
Larry, AJ. You gotta do it, man.
Roman got to dig up Larry is funny as shit.
Roman got to Roman got to bring up his sister's drug addiction, something.
You got to pull a Jericho.
Bro. And so again, like Reed said, dude, I was around for one of my favorite feuds in all of wrestling is the Rey Mysterio CM Punk feud. Like I know how petty he can get, dog. This is like
Yeah.
it's just been a minute. Like, oh, y'all thought y'all thought that against Roman that Punk wasn't going to be able to go heel. That's the side they're kind of leaning him towards. Let's be honest.
And it's funny
You can't tell me.
because
Go
Roman
ahead.
was low key giving it to him. Like Roman was low key like cooking bro a little bit. So I was like, yeah, he had to come back. He had to say something.
Do
But
we
I just
think it's going to be?
he went straight to 100 though. Like god damn.
Yeah. Do we think it's going to be a situation like obviously if we talk level turns at Mania, we talk about like Rock Hogan type thing. Do we think it's going to be a situation do we think it's going to be a situation where you anticipate one coming in the face and the heel, but things actually switch over the course of the build, or
No, I think it'd
Yeah,
be even split.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it'd be even or I so they're both so liked right now as individual. It's like unless one is like a heel thing,
yeah,
like a truly heel thing, not like a pipe
yeah,
bomb like that was, but
Mhm.
like I don't know, attacking women wings and whatnot. Like or like something like extreme like that.
yeah,
It's gonna be a face versus face, and it's just a box drop a box office draw.
yeah.
Mhm.
I can see that. I can see that. Um, yeah, I don't know where this goes, man, but I definitely said like I think I said this when the match was confirmed. I was like, I this has got a lot of expectations to live up in terms of build, and honestly, I can't say that they're failing right now because we're talking about it. It's been picked up on massive media sources. Like it, definitely one of the most interesting parts of this whole build. Excuse me. Everyone knows I do the rundown for the channel and things like that. Usually when I go over my top five moments of the week, Raw rarely ever gets it. If it does, it's probably something from the mid card because that's just more where my mind goes. But this one, I was like, oh, I have to talk about this on Monday. I was like, I have. I was like, I have. This has to be in next week's rundown. So hey, spoilers. This is gonna be somewhere up there. But dude, this was just crazy. This was one of those moments where like I was excited to get on mic and talk to you about you and talk about with y'all. So how do
Mhm.
we? Yeah, if Roman's going to be there for at least four of these next 7 weeks, till Mania, I think we're gonna end up getting a pretty good main event. Now I have to ask, and I feel like this is very simple and evident, but I have to ask. Night one or night two main event, and I feel like I may have already asked beforehand, but those were
I
so
think
we're all in
I think
agreement.
so. I think so.
Oh,
You
Mm,
think definitely those?
they're definitely main eventing night two.
Yeah.
I feel like that's easy. I feel like that's easy.
And the way they made it seem like with like this feud with them just taking these deep jabs. I mean, I don't know, I feel like it has to. Like we're getting like no type of physical contact yet. They're just verbally like
Because
jabbing each
I
other
feel
over this.
like I feel like this match is going to be like 30, 35 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be
Yeah,
like
they gotta let them go.
it's going to be one of those long, dramatic, cinematic matches.
Mhm.
And I do think if you can do a build that was as good as the second Cody Roman build, if you can get anything close to that, you have a
Yeah,
recipe for a 5-star situation.
Yeah.
Um, so them closing out the entire thing just makes the most sense. So I
Yeah,
think
that.
night two, run that shit.
Hey man, I'll
I
see
can
y'all Sunday, April 19th, man.
I can see a world where they do night one, and that's only if like it's like Cody versus Randy, and like they have like a major like that's the night Cody turns heel.
Hmm.
But even then, it would be like a possibility the being night one.
Yeah, I just feel like Roman and Cody. I just feel like Roman and Punk is like just too big to not close out the entire thing. Now I totally get and agree with what you're saying because there could be a situation where they do try to pull that, and then that if that ends become like a bigger thing than Punk Roman. But I anticipate them closing out the entire thing. That's what I
No,
see.
no, I think you're right. I think women and Punk are just bigger names in general. So like for the casual fan, that's probably like the bigger match. But for wrestling fans, that Cody versus if we get a Cody versus Manny match, that's it. That's a bigger match for wrestling fans. But for the
100%.
but they're trying to use the big names to draw in viewership. Yeah, I agree. After thinking
Man,
about it, I agree with that.
it's because WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi next year.
Now it's so,
Like, here's my thing: so many things that are happening, you can see why they're happening. You can see why they're
mhm.
trying to set Roman back up to be a world champion again because they made Dwayne the biggest offer in wrestling history to appear next year. It's I see what they're doing. Okay, obviously this is another conversation another time, but I see that shit. I see that shit.
You see the writing on the wall?
Oh yes, 100%. Like it's granted now for someone like me, I don't care to see Roman versus The Rock anymore. I don't care.
I
I feel
agree.
like WrestleMania in Hollywood was the time to do it, in my opinion. Whatever. Uh, so doing it at Saudi next year, if that's the direction they go, which I'm pretty sure they will, if that's what they do next year, it's like that shit is not going to move me whatsoever. I will not be moved by
I
that.
care like
I
this
care
much.
so little about that, bro. Because if Roman wins, so what? If Dwayne wins, even worse. Who cares?
Yeah,
But
because if Dwayne wins, we're not seeing that championship ever again.
and if Roman wins, it's like okay, obviously, right? So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But now, but back to Roman and Punk, I do think they'll have a barn burner. They'll be definitely one of the best. I might have potential to have one of the best WrestleMania main events of all time if they really want to go. If they really want to take it there.
Hmm.
I think they know the anticipation, so I think they're going to try and shoot.
Yeah, I think Roman's actually going to try. You know, Roman
Is
like, all
there
right.
any
Roman like, all right, whew, all right, cool. I got wrestle today. I bet. Like,
is there any thing that anyone wants to talk about for Raw before moving to NXT? No, no. All right. So I'm not gonna lie, man. This Blake Monroe Jada Parker beef, it's heating up. It's getting good. It's getting good. Once again, whoever decides to bring back Jada Parker as a babyface, congrats. I hope you get a raise. Very natural progression for a character.
very.
And so I think obviously Blake Monroe comes out and is like, oh, Jada Parker wants to try and get with the glamour, blah, 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 blah. I'm the number one. I'm the lead role here. Everyone here depends on me. Everyone here is thinking about I'm the next big top dog, blah, 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 blah. I haven't even gotten a chance to go and stake my claim for the NXT Women's Championship because of the fact that I've been so busy with Jordan Grace and Jada Parker and so on and so forth. And then Jada Parker comes out and says something along the lines of, "You're not number one on the call sheet, sweetie. You are a supporting cast member." And that is when I died of laughter. First off, I love the new finisher. I think I've already said that when it comes to Jada. I love her new finisher because the
Yeah,
hypnotic to me was so uneventful.
it wasn't.
But how do we feel? How did we feel about the segment, and also how do we feel about it being a street fight now at Vengeance Day this Saturday?
I don't know. I mean this respectfully. I hope Jada's able to keep up and stay with Blake. Not saying that Jada can't hoop, but it's just one of the things where like I know what Blake can do in those moments, especially going back to when she was with Ryan May in AEW, seeing like that match with Tony
Yeah,
Storm. So it's just
yeah,
like I just hope that Jada gets her best performance that match, just because so she's in the ring with, especially given the simulation of a street fight where anything goes. I really do think that can really be a if she wins that could definitely project her, through the stratosphere, in terms of like the NXT women's roster, with a win over Blake Monroe in the street fight. So I just hope Blake goes up there and I keep saying Blake, Jada go up there, gives her best match she has given up until this point, hopefully.
dude, it's so like I think Reek and I even talked about this. Jada very clearly be the most. Not Jada. Blake might be the most complete wrestler in the whole PC, regardless of gender.
Yeah.
So to have Jada go up against her, it's gotta be an impressive show of faith, and she must have been putting her ass off at those live events while she was on. This
Mhm.
to be the first thing they put her into once she comes back. I think as far as it being a street fight means that they don't have to get super technical because there's obviously the thing of like they can bring in weapons and things like that, so it kind of gives a little bit of caveat. But as Rick would say, the bell's got to ring at some point, right? The
Mhm.
bell has to ring at some point. So I'm ambitious. I think that the promos and the segments have gotten me interested. As far as the actual match, I am curious to see. And we'll probably give Vengeance Day predictions towards the end of the pod real quick. But Singers, what did you think of the segment?
I mean, they got it physical, right? I mean, this episode alone, there was two different segments of them just fighting each other, like
Yeah.
giving no giving no fucks. So like, I hope they can bring that out in on this weekend when they go out in this week fight. But like, and I agree. Uh, Break Monroe, we know how she is in this format. She thrives. She's the Mr. Cena at this point, you
She
know.
is.
So like, yeah, I think Jared Parkin can match that. Like if they allow this match to build up to the potential that it has, we are in for a show, which you need so.
Um, let's see. Reek, do you have anything to say on Jada and Blake or nah?
Hold on, my room is being invaded by children.
That's that's fine. It'd be like that. Um, let's talk about JC Jane and Zarya for the women's NXT title. So I ain't gonna lie, man. We knew exactly where this was coming. This wasn't no real title match. This could have been another 2 second squash, and I would have completely understood.
Mhm.
But I'm happy that Zarya was able to get in some real offense. I'm happy that Zarya was able to actually look dominant because man, that F5 that she was about to give Jason.
Man, like I said, it's just cool, finally seeing. I don't know, because like I said, it was for a while, I felt like Zarya was a side character, and I'm loving seeing Zarya not playing, I guess, the support role anymore. Like she's, being this dominant wrestler that we know she can be. Um, so yeah, I'm just glad she's getting her, her chance to go out there and do some solo action, some singles and stuff, and so we're good. Got her get back, spun the block, you know, hitting them with the double soul snatcher. So I'm just glad to see where it builds because I wouldn't even be mad if we got like a triple threat as Stan delivered, for this match. I'm pretty sure it's gonna just be Soul and Zarya, but I don't know. I'm just glad Zarya is getting some singles action, and I'm glad that Soul came out there and got her leg back. Rather than that happened the previous week.
Yeah, and so I'm very curious to see. Yeah, Like you could, it's very clear they're stretching out this Soul and Zarya beef until Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
Um, I'll put in my early predictions right now. Friday after Stand and Deliver, that's when Soul gets confirmed. We gonna
Mhm.
see her in Nick Aldis's office. But I'm I'm excited to see how this cooks. After, mm, I I think the biggest question with the feud is who goes over? Who would you have
Zarya.
go over? Zarya?
Mm,
I think Zarya has more time in NXT
NXT,
than
yeah.
Sorika. So I think she goes over. Now,
The title, I
I
think differently though. I don't know. It kind of like
well, I thought she was gonna win the belt on Wednesday or last night. I thought she was winning the belt. Definitely because they kept teasing like, oh, Sorika's coming out. Like we know this is gonna happen. So when she didn't come out, so I was like, oh shit, we're actually gonna get Zarya champion right now. Then she came
Yeah.
out later on, but. So I do think we get a triple threat standard level, and I think that's when Zarya wins the belt. And
Mhm.
this, then we enter the age of Zarya, where we see JC Jane move on, maybe take fair influence with all, and we'll see Sarwiko move on.
mm,
Yeah.
Um, but I think at some point we do get a one on one, maybe not right away for Sarwiko, because I think we do get a one on one match between the two of them, but Zarya is going to end up on top of it.
mm,
I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all.
yeah.
Do we? I want to talk about the Ricky Saints experience because it was so funny to watch. But also, hey man, I need someone to actually, Rick, when you edit this, I need you to input the clip of what Edge said about Ricky back in AEW, just right here. Right here.
Oh my lord, dude. Oh my lord. I remember literally watching it and thinking Adam was right. Oh god. But it's
I didn't
like
watch the
he's
segment.
but it's like he's literally doing it, but he's doing it just noticeably worse.
Yeah.
Like ah oh god. Like Ricky Saints right now, I mean, just call him up, please. I feel like at this point, please.
Dude,
Mm-mm.
Ricky and Ethan would have been perfect members of the Vision.
It was right
They
there,
would
man.
have been perfect. But no, the Ricky Saints experience was it was essentially an old Rock promo. Like it was redundant, reductive. The only thing that really mattered was that Joe Hendry came out and attacked. This
Mm,
doesn't add this doesn't add any stakes to me for their beef heading into Vengeance Day this weekend. It also like if anything, they could have kept that. They kept the Ricky Saints experience and they could have just showed off a vignette like how they did with No Mercy with Ricky talking about his hometown and why and his motivations to want to be a two-time champion.
yeah, or could just flipped it and had Joe Hendry do his little performance, and then Ricky came out there and tried to interfere and got whipped. So I don't know. It's just I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I heard. Well, not heard. I saw on Twitter got a lot of like pushback and because of how bad it was.
Really? Yeah, actually, that doesn't surprise me because I was talking about this in pre-production with Sears before we got on mic, and apparently you can't find the clips on social media.
Yeah,
All they
they
show
took
is
it
the
down.
attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it has to be that bad that they pulled it down. So
And the thing that sucks is that Ricky Saints is such a talented wrestler. Like it's very obvious they see him as like one of the faces of NXT. That's why he showed up on that show Wild Cards on the CW and all that.
yeah,
But this is obviously gonna give him a step back. Like they're gonna like he's gonna get the LA victory. I don't think it'll be that bad, but he's gonna get some sort of
so
like brother,
understood.
your call up is now delayed a couple of months, dog. You might not get called up till like January.
Crazy.
Anyway, was there anything? Oh, wait, real quick. Talk, before we finish up NXT, I do want to say Silo Hill, I can take the vanity match. Good ass match. Boys decided to randomly cook. That ending sequence when Hank can take Fly to the outside, take down the Vanity Project, and Shiloh um jumps into the ring to take down Jackson Drake, all in perfect in sync timing.
Yeah,
Shout out to them.
like yeah. Shout out to the tag division at NXT.
That was a great 6-man tag match. But are we ready to get into AEW?
Yep.
Right? Now, y'all know I love me some Kevin Knight. So it's been a big week for Kevin Knight fans. It's been a big week. Our boy, who was already a trios champion, has been thrusted into the main event scene and was thrusted into the world title picture. And first off, on Saturday on Collision, he came out. Only did he call MJF ugly. He called him broke. He said that his scarf was fake. Who would have thought that this was an old school roast session? And he was at the table frying motherfuckers like dead ass. And I love it. I don't care. I think a lot of traditional wrestling fans need to understand that as you get more wrestlers who look like me, for anyone who's listening purely on audio, I am black. But anyway, so the more
What? Really?
who would have thought?
Crazy. What?
Anyway, the more you get wrestlers who look like me, because again, we homaged it and we talked about it a little bit when we alluded to the Kevin Nash thing. But the more you get wrestlers that are POC, you're going to have to adapt to the lingo. That's what makes guys like Eddie Guerrero so special. There weren't dudes on SmackDown at that time that were calling motherfuckers vato here and there in between matches and during their promos. You feel me? Like there wasn't a motherfucker out there saying carnal. Like, and now with guys like Javon Evans and guys like with guys like Javon Evans and guys like Kevin Knight.
Saquon.
Sa- Dude, Saquon is the most Southeast motherfucker WWE has. It's him and Keanu. They gotta be the most Southeast DC motherfuckers ever.
Yeah.
You are going to get dudes where you are going to now have to adapt to their lingo and adapt to their style. And a lot of traditionalist wrestling fans are going to say, oh, this is a weak promo, when no, it's just not meant for you.
Yeah.
So I think that that's purely what, because I saw a whole bunch of discourse about, oh my God, why did they put Kevin Knight on the mic against MJF? Did they not know what he was doing? Did they not know that that's MJF? It was a very even sparring of words, if you ask me.
Mhm.
Sears, I know, I'm pretty sure you were the only one that watched that segment on Collision other than me, but I, I don't know, maybe you have different thoughts, but I think it was very even.
I think it was. I mean, I think overall it was a good segment. I think part of it is your way about like it being people's biases against Kevin Knight, which is unfortunate. But I also did think that this is the first time that I think this is the first time he had a chance to like go one on one on a mic with like a top star.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I don't know if they're just not used to him doing it like that. I don't know if like maybe like they felt like there was a vibe off, but like I thought it was a good segment. So
Yeah, it was a solid segment. I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, on Wednesday, we get the match between the two of them for the AEW World title. And again, another peek behind the curtain. I texted in our group chat. I said, please, 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 do not let them squash Kevin Knight. Because I was so worried when they started Dynamite. When I realized this was the opening match, I was like, please do not let them squash my boy. But we got a cool, 15, 20.
Yeah, it
So,
was a decent time match.
mhm.
yeah. And we got limited commercial interruptions. So that means they really cared about it. So I was like, okay, cool. Tony is actually sticking to his word because he's going around in all these interviews saying that Kevin Knight is the future of the company. He's actually sticking to his word. Now, granted, I didn't expect for Kevin Knight to win. I don't think anyone did, especially knowing what we have coming next Sunday at Revolution. But amazing showing. Kevin doing the UFO splash is going to that was a crazy move. Um, and also MJF got to hoop more than he usually does. Usually with MJF's matches, he's trying to find a way to connivingly get his way out of there. But this one, it was just pure graps. There was no trickery, no chicanery, no nada. But what did you guys think about the match?
For Tom's sake, it was really good. Like I said, as someone getting back into it, like I said, the graps were there. There's some good chemistry between them, and like I started telling with the ribs, being a selling point. Got the match for Kevin Knight. Um, like I said, it was a fun match. Like I said, it's one of those things where with the graps and the storytelling, has me intrigued now for more of it. So like overall, for me, it did what it was supposed to do for me. Even in Kevin Knight losing, he still looked really strong in the process.
Yeah, I agree. Not much. Not much else to add. Not much else to add.
Yeah. I do want to touch on real quick the Cassidy and Darby Allin match against the against Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors because
Mhm.
as much as I don't care for the characters of Kidd and Connors, but we did get David Finley uh appear appear in AEW. Like Reed said, it's very, very, very funny that NXT gave him a contract, but it wasn't a main roster contract. And so he decided that he would much rather go to AEW because, again, NXT has a whole stable and storyline literally that was alluding to David Finley coming. Like it's actively
Mhm.
going on right now. It's not like some planned shit. No, this is actively airing. And so it's going to be funny to see how they pivot. And it's going to be funny to see because apparently the deal was made within the last week. So
Mhm.
it's going to be interesting to see what David Finley does at AEW. I'm not going to lie. I would not have put him in this feud with Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, none of them at all. What you need to do, they need to be going up against. I can't believe. I still can't believe this is the name stable. The Bang Bang Gang. And and David Finley, yes. David Finley needs to go against Jay White. Because what is Jay
Mhm.
White? Is he still on injury? Like, what is are they just waiting for the right time? Because this is the perfect feud for him.
Mhm. Yeah, plus, I mean,
Especially,
I don't know, because I'm sorry, my bad. But
no, I was gonna say, just especially because of their Bullet Club history. Please go ahead.
yeah, but I was saying, don't definitely have like history with Connors and Kid, right?
Yeah, same.
Maybe
Mhm.
They're all in the
something like that,
same.
right?
They're all in the same stable. The War Dogs.
Bullet
Yeah.
Club War Dogs.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So yeah. So I just like. I mean, from that standpoint, it makes sense. Um, I don't know. Like I said from the match. I mean, the match it was grabs. I mean, like I said, I never seen Gabe Kid or guys wrestle. So it's like one of those things where like I'm intrigued now based on that. And then so you put Dave Finley in the mix. Has he want to watch more too? So yeah, I don't know. I do feel like we'll probably get more out of David Finley and AAW than NXT. So I mean, but I know it's cool having surprise reveals a new wrestler and stuff like that. So, but and maybe they can go after the trios championship, which we can get to in a second. With those three, that could be like some good grabs, especially with who has it now. Unfortunately,
I'm not gonna lie, man. Yeah, actually, that was the perfect segue because this was a very surprising main event
and
to
random.
happen. This event so random. Because granted, we already knew last Saturday on Collision, Jesse called out anybody to come and challenge the trio title, blah 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 blah. But obviously, we got the whole thing going on with Hangman trying to go after MJF for the world title. So that hasn't been on anyone's mind for real, for real. I can't remember what segment it was that the Don Callis family actually came out and made the match official. What was it after? No, it was during MJF and Hangman's little
Segment.
interaction that they
Yeah,
had.
one section.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that they had. Then the Don Callis family came out and said, "Oh, your boys Jesse been talking shit. We can run it tonight. I got I got Kyle Fletcher, I got Okada, and I got Mark Davis. First off, that's a crazy three. It's a
Yeah.
crazy three. Um, and then he looked at Hangman and said, "You got an injured Kevin Knight because of what MJF just did to him, and you got Speedball. What we doing?" But I'm not gonna lie, great match,
Mhm.
really good main event. Um, hey man, all I'm gonna say about the finish. The Don Callis family is happy as fuck now because the Freebird rule is about to go crazy. Do you
Oh
know how
boy.
many different do you know how many different combinations of Don Callis members we're about to get
Yeah.
with these trios titles? One week it's going to be Kyle Fletcher, Okada, and Mark Davis. The next week it's going to be Lance Archer, Hechicero, and Andrade. The next week it's going to be Josh Alexander. Mind you, these are all people that are in the Don Callis family. This is going to be, these are going to be It's going to be Josh Alexander, Takeshita, and Rocky Romero. Rocky's still in the Don Callis family, right? Anyway,
Mhm.
they got more motherfuckers in the Wu Tang Clan. I've been saying this for Chris. You know, like if you thought it was bad with the MFCs holding the titles and then swapping out who they want to put as the tag team, oh my god, imagine what's going to be like for the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
Um, what did you guys think of the match? What did you guys think of the result? And then overall, because I think that's really the only thing we got to touch on aside from, I think the only thing we really got to touch on from AEW. Although I do want to say, Heckler, Thunder Rosa, great match. Is there anything just overall from Dynamite you guys want to talk about? Because we are getting close to wrapping soon.
Honestly, I feel like overall it's kind of the one of the weaker episodes in recent mind. Uh, I like just in terms of storytelling, there wasn't much happening here, or just this past week in AEW, which is
Yeah,
kind of weird because they have Revolution coming up in just over a week. So
yeah, it's like 9 days, I think.
yeah, like it felt like a weaker episode than what we're used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was like I said, pretty decent. Just real quick, Swerve hanging lightning again with
Oh
chains.
yeah,
But
dude.
which is crazy, but yeah.
Do we think that heel swerve has? Do we think that heel swerve is going to get enough momentum to become a two-time champion? Do we see a swerve? Do we see a swerve run in the future?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, as a heel, I don't think so.
I think it depends on what happens. I think it depends on who they have a champion, right? Because
I
I
think if
don't think it's
I
gonna
think
happen
if
with MJF as champion.
yeah, because I think if Adam Page ends up winning next week, which to be honest, I'm pretty sure he's going to. The first feud is going to be him
Yeah.
because they've realized now that Hangman as champion is not the most interesting, so they might have to. Hangman is a much better chaser than champion. I need to
Yes.
go back to knowing what actually works, which is Hangman and Swerve. Because that to me, that beast is right up there with CM Punk and MJF as just one of AEW.
Mhm.
And
Um,
I do think that'd be kind of like a fun thing, like sure it's kind of coming like the Hangman, namesake stuff. Like
yeah, it's a great kind of like play on everything, and also it even goes back to fucking All In when of course we got the iconic meet, and it's just like stats to circle for us.
you're muted.
I just realized that. Let's close off with some fun technical difficulties, otherwise known as human stupidity. Let's close off with some fun. Let's run through real quick, and before we get up out of here, let's do build a WWE superstar. If you're listening to us, please, I have you can check us out on the TRB YouTube, or you go to your DSP of choice and switch to video because we are about to get into it.
I don't want children. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway,
That's like perfect timing, but also like the most hilarious thing ever. Because what?
I, let's move on.
All right. All right, man. So if you haven't played Build a Superstar with us before, you get an auto random generated star. You have to put them in the category of in-ring skills, high flying moves, charisma, strength, height, face ability, heal ability, mic skills, selling moves, best character, looks, physique, and from song. And first up, we got Bret Hart. So where are we putting him?
Oh,
Think about Brett and a lot of stuff.
I feel like we have to do in-ring skills.
It's gotta be in
I
ring
feel like we
skills.
do too.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Oh my god!
Okay. Oh, it's
Oh, I
Cody.
thought. Oh, I saw Hogan. Never mind. I saw Hogan. Never mind. Never
I
mind.
did too. I
Yeah.
did too.
I saw Hogan. My bad. I feel like honestly,
Face?
you can go face ability. You can
Oh,
go.
Mike skills.
You can go strength. You can go mice. You can go physique. You can go. You can do a lot.
Yeah.
We can go theme song even.
No, I feel like this.
Theme song is so easy.
I feel like we normally get stuck on the face and heels,
Mhm.
and so we have Johnson, who's like the alternate baby face for the most
Oh,
part.
face ability.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I feel like that's the best we'll get for face ability too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, so let's go
Like-
face ability.
all the other stuff will be fine.
Touchy man, Phil.
Mike skills.
Pipe bomb,
Mike
Yeah,
skills.
gotta go my skills.
all theme song.
Baron Corbin.
Ooh,
60.
Height. Height is good.
I'll say how your
Corbin
theme
like
song.
6'5"?
Brad got some banger theme songs.
Hey, no, his theme songs were fire.
His themes are bangers. In the
yeah.
days.
I'd go height. He's like
I'd go
what?
height.
6? He's tall. I'll give him.
Yeah,
He's
so
like
we going
6'9",
height?
so I'll give him
Yeah.
height.
All right. Rey Mysterio.
High flying
That'd be
move.
my
High
High
flying. We always sell high flyers. We always sell that
Yeah.
one.
That was easy word.
Jay Uso, charisma, strength, heal ability, selling moves, best character, looks, physique, or theme song.
Charisma works.
Yeah.
Charisma works. He's very over.
I was
Charisma
gonna-
works.
I was gonna go theme song, but I could go with charisma.
There's
Please,
better
man.
theme songs. We have better theme songs.
Please, I swear to God, like, come on.
Oh,
See, there's a theme song right there. It's like, no,
Yeah. It's like, oh.
hey,
Where are you
man.
putting Jeff? Where are you putting Jeff? Where are you putting the
The,
charismatic?
the Antichrist was like that. Heel Jeff Hardy was like that. I'm just saying. But anyway,
Heel Jeff Hardy was like that.
no, I agree.
honestly, you could go theme song for this. I think just based on what we have left could be the best one. Like he was a good seller, but I don't know if he was like the best seller in the world.
Yeah, I
probably the best
can go theme.
Probably the
Theme
best
song.
bet.
Yeah, that doesn't
I
hard.
want to see the writing on the wall.
It's a banger.
Like,
Kevin Nash.
damn, this would have
we
been great for
talked a lot
height.
about-
Heel?
We talked a lot about him.
I'll say, yeah, Hill or Strength, maybe.
Yeah, he was an NWO. You can do heel. You can, but at the same time, like when you think like we might get a better heel.
Well, Strength or Physique. I mean, he's
I'm gonna
above
say let's
that.
go physique.
He does
physique.
have a good physique. You could go there also.
Yeah, so we'll go physique. Christian. I would say heel ability.
Heel ability.
Yes.
He was before he's been out, he was the best heel in the business, in my opinion. So hey.
And
Hey,
AEW
man.
Christian, like
Do y'all have a father? Do y'all have a father?
No,
Heel ability.
not really. Not in particular, no, but hey.
I didn't mean to bring up nobody trauma.
Oh,
I
easy
know.
work. There it is.
Gotta go strength. Yeah.
Oh
Ready for
God, I thought we
Jimmy.
had Mark Henry, bro. I was about to be so upset.
selling.
God,
Yeah,
I thought,
we can go
bro,
Jimmy
I
for
thought,
sale.
He's selling. Wait till that Gunther beat down.
yeah, he can do selling because the way, dude, Gunther beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You would have thought he killed Jimmy. Oh, Cody for character or looks?
I would say character. Cody.
I reckon character's fine.
I'll go American Nightmare when he's
Yeah.
chasing him.
Cody does great character work, so that's fair.
Hey,
Hey, I mad at this.
You know what? I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad.
Hey, MVP had that. He used to have that shit on.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it,
I ain't mad at it.
bro.
I'm mad at it.
One of like top 5 entrants of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah,
Like, bro had the inflatable shit. Like, stop playing with him.
Come out, smack the ground, fireworks.
Bro, MVP was one of them ones. I don't care. He could have easily been world heavyweight champion. I don't
easily.
Do y'all remember when MVP would be hooping with Matt Hardy during the middle of the show?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
When they had their rivalry. Hell fuck yeah, I was there for that.
Oh man. All right. So our WWE superstar had the in-ring skills of Bret Hart, the high-flying moves of Rey Mysterio, the charisma of Jey Uso, the strength of Bobby Lashley, the height of Baron Corbin, the face ability of John Cena, the heel ability of Christian, the mic skills of CM Punk, Jimmy Uso's selling ability, Cody Rhodes' character ability, MVP's looks, the physique of Kevin Nash, theme song on the level of Jeff Hardy. I'm not gonna lie, boys. This might
This
be
might
the
be the
best one.
best.
We
Yeah,
made a
it's easily
top.
the
We made
best
a
one.
top 5 wrestler of all time, probably.
Yeah, it's easily the best one.
We have made the top five wrestler of all time. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Like always, we appreciate you, we love you, we care about you. I feel like it's only right that the TRB OG, our host with the most, Reek,
Oh, me?
please
Oh, come on, man. Shoot. Nah,
close us out.
nah. Like we said earlier, happy Women's History Month. You feel me? I hope everyone's mental health is good. I hope everyone's getting the help they need. I hope everyone's eating good. You know what I'm saying? I hope everyone whatever. Listen, hold on very tightly to your dreams, y'all. Hold on very tightly to your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. Keep working. Granted, your timeline is not everyone else's timeline. So if you see someone your age living their life, thriving, whatever, yours is coming. It's not going to be. Listen, nothing's going to be linear. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to get to where you want to go. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely. Like always, this is episode 36 of
You
the
always
Top Rope Boys
forget. You
podcast.
always forget.
I
36.
do. I really do. It's episode 36 of the Top Rope Boys podcast. Oracle, Vaughn, anything y'all want to say? Anything y'all want to say to the people before we leave?
Hey man, just follow us, TRB everything, TRB on Top 2026. Content coming out like always. Just keep rocking with us,
Yeah.
Stay tuned, tap in, you know.
Yeah.
We here, man.
Vaughn
That's
with
all.
your boy.
It's,
Vaughn with
we,
your boys. But no, TRB, BTA, all 2026. Oracle, anything you want to say?
Uh, Still hate my job.
Oh God.
And you find any of us on private, you didn't find us. I think
Bro.
Steph's the only one that has a public account outside of our TBR account. Um, so if you find any of our privates, no, you didn't. Pause. Anyway,
That's a giant pause.
crazy,
yeah.
crazy.
If you find a private social media, no, you didn't. But yeah, that's it for me.
Hey, man. Like always, it's the Chocolate City Saint. And man, we appreciate y'all.
That's it.
Y'all want me to do the whole thing?
Yeah.
You always do the odd thing. The whole
Might
thing.
as well,
All right.
man.
Let's do the whole thing. All right. Like always, it's TST and DMP, the Chocolate City Saint, El Mysterio Negro, the left-handed destruction, the powder of all worlds, the Beijing Bulldozer, the Cameroonian Nightmare, the straight edge superstar, the rated S superstar. What the fuck else? That Freakman Rollins apparently is now
Thank you, Freak
part of
Man.
the Arsenal. But hey man, this is episode 36, and like always, we are over the top rope. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Please follow us on everything at Top Rope Boys.
Deuces.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.